Brent Pham was on Reality's live stream. Link is in the description, and he had a lot to say about me, the channel, pretty much everything, and how he has not been showed the proper respect. Let's hear him out.
I was like, look at Brent looking happy, living his life.
Yes, I saw him a couple days ago, actually. In he lived close by, and I happened to be in the same area, so we met up.
Oh, that's nice. So you guys had a good meetup and everything was good?
Yeah, we had a very long conversation about like Henry's channel and a lot of different topics. So it was a good time.
That's good. I'm glad you had fun. So let's, I guess, just jump right into it, talk about the elephant in the room. How do you feel about people paying for you to be basically boycotted from Henry's channel? Like you can't come on the channel and you're blocked. Is that how did that make you feel initially? What was going through your head?
It's kind of flattering, and it's kind of like I mean, I'm a day oneer, so I know my opinions were not popular, but there was something I said that triggered it. I will probably get to that later. I think that's the reason why I'm here. And that's what triggered it. And Henry has still not admitted that he banned me, even though he's the owner of the channel, which is quite ironic. And he's tried to blame, people are paying to do it. And he tells people, it's economics, but he needs to take responsibility for that. But we'll get to that later. It's just kind of, it's kind of flattering and kind of like, I mean, people have a right to do that. Henry has a right to run his channel as he sees fit. But there's a difference between having a right to do something and showing respect to people who have been nothing but respectful to you. So how dare you speak to me that way?
So the economics that he references here, guys, I'll add some context because sometimes people leave out context.
Okay, I might have left something out of context.
Like a good question was like, well, what do you mean economics of it? Like, hey, try to get people to defend their answer. So what ended up happening was I told people that when I have Brent on the stream, I clip him. It probably is going to make me about $10 in AdSense revenue. So with people knowing that having Brent on generates about $10 in ad revenue for the channel, I believe it was Chad who said, here's 20 or 10 or some amount to keep him off. Like basically saying, well, if all you're going to get is $10 from him anyway, here's the $10, keep him off. Now, this is not like some new thing to live streaming. People pay money to the host to do all sorts of the different things, whether it be to do something or in this case, keep him from coming on. Now, he didn't get blocked for, talking in the chat or anything like that, but it was literally started with one night. And at first, it was a bidding war. It turned into a bidding war where he was like, well, here's 20 to keep him off. And someone was like, well, here's 30 to keep him on. And it went back and forth. Kid you not. It's the first time I've ever done something like that. And he feels disrespected just for the fair fact that I honored what the people were paying, which I'll get to that a little bit later.
But that's his right.
Okay. I see people saying, okay, so Brent is not blocked from the chat. My apologies. I didn't know. I thought it was both ways. But so do you miss being on the channel, or do you miss the community at all?
So these people who keep saying you're not he is blocking me from speaking on his channel. And for people saying, oh, he's not blocked from the chat, you're arguing I'm being blocked from coming up on his stream. And that's just the fact. And I don't know how much people have paid, probably $1,000 at this point, but it's kind of like he has a right to do that. And, that's their right.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Like I said, he can still talk in chat. And the thing about when it comes to coming up on my channel, anyone can come up. It's open for everybody. Does not matter what your opinion is. Does not matter if you want to talk about having David Yo's baby, your birthday party, or anything. Everyone can come up. but I think maybe he interprets that as him having an automatic right to come up on the channel, no matter what. And you can say that was taken away from him by me because it's my channel. But how dare I look at the people who actually invest in the channel and say, thank you for the money. I'm not going to honor your request. Typically, I honor the request where people put their money up where their mouth is. I'm like, oh, you want that? Sure. You want to hear this song? Okay, you paid the money for the song. Yeah, we can stop the stream and listen to the song. So that's where we go with that.
But so do you miss being on there? Do you miss going there at all?
I mean, it's good entertainment. He knows how to entertain, but I'm not clamoring to come back on there. I mean, it's like, if they don't want me there, they don't want me there. Like people have been messaging me like, oh, he's begging you to come back. They keep talking about it. I'm like, well, kind of weird. Like they want to silence my voice, but they want to talk about me. It's just kind of weird. But we'll get into why they're paying. So they want to silence my voice, my speaking voice, and reduce it to me chatting. And it's just kind of like, I've been nothing but good to Henry. And he's been, Henry, the way he runs his channel, most channels, I would not take the approach that I do. But with Henry's channel, I thought that facts over feelings. And apparently some people didn't like that. So they chose to pay money. But yeah, I'm not clamoring to come back. I've heard stories that I could pay to come back. Why would I do that? To pay to come back on a channel where the owner is being disrespectful to me. I don't see the need to do that. So I'm not.
Yeah. Gotcha. I gotcha. People in the chat are.
I mean, he could pay if he truly wanted to come back, he could pay, but it's hard to convince someone to pay for something they got for free. Like I've always, toyed with the idea of making my live streams for members only. And then forcing everyone who's not a member to enjoy hey, you got to watch the clips. But I don't know, just by not allowing him on the stream, he feels disrespected. Now, this is not a business partner of mine, and let him tell it he's not even a friend of mine. So he'll get to this whole deference thing and special perks and extra consideration that he would like to get a little bit later down.
Saying Henry's been calling and emailing you and you haven't responded. Have you seen these calls or emails? And is there a reason why, if you have, that you wouldn't respond?
Oh, sure. Yes, I have. Because he wants to pretend. Like, I understand if he would have said, I'm banning you, and it's just like, I'm banning you. But he hasn't even admitted that, which is shocking to me. And quite frankly, it's what he's doing is very disrespectful, to put it mildly. But I doubt he'll admit that. That's fine. Like, I'm not crying to come back on his channel, but I feel I'm speaking my mind, and I feel that what he's doing is disrespectful. But you are asking me the question, so I am responding to you.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel so people are going to say, "Oh, you're crying." Well, I'm being asked, and I feel it's very disrespectful what he's doing. And that's just my opinion. And he could, he won't admit. I doubt he'll admit to that. So, but that's fine.
All I did was honor the request of the people who paid money to the show, especially if they're going to cover the AdSense revenue. It was a no-brainer. I've said it multiple times. It's the economics of it. It's business. But if he wants to feel disrespected, all right, hey, who am I telling him to feel otherwise?
Yeah.
But you're going to hear disrespected and then apologize and cuts later in this session.
No, there's other platforms and other means of entertainment. I mean, I'm not.
Well, when he says other, I'm going to skip ahead. Other platforms, not other platforms are going to host them. So like the new home for Brent will likely be Reality. Just throwing that out there. 100%. KLU Co says, respect is important to those that don't give it. There's a difference between talking and genuinely having something to say. These two things keep getting lost in the shuffle with guys like Brent. Oh man, Co is always on point. Always on point. Ray Ray catching straight. No, I'm just saying, like, where else can he go? Now we're going to talk about the other people who feel a way about how Brent's been treated, and I'm just going to name drop everything. I just don't care anymore.
Trying to come back at all. So
Gotcha. Yeah, no, like I said, like you said, you're answering the question. So like, you know, no hostility. I'm just, you know, people are asking, so I just want to make sure we cover all the bases.
Right.
But yeah, so have you been, like, I guess, following like all the stuff he's been covering with like Aaron and everything like that? Have you been following all those stories still? Do you still watch at least?
Of course.
Well, yeah, I do watch because I've never said that I'm not a fan, because Henry is doing his content. I view him as entertainment. I've said it before. We're not a community. We're not friends.
See, we're not a community. We're not friends. We're not friends.
Be very careful who you are friends with. And Ray, you have spoken about this with certain Power Rangers actors, so you would understand my position on this. Yes. Like, I view him as entertainment. So I've been watching since day one, and I continue to do so. And it's kind of funny that Aaron is trying to weasel his way out of accountability. And I'll say this, when I've tried to hold Henry accountable for the things that he said on his channel, Henry has taken the same approach. And I know that's not a popular thing to say, but I've never cared about being popular. That's just the truth. So when I hear that Henry's trying to hold him accountable, fact check Aaron, and Aaron doesn't respond, Henry has done the same thing.
That's a lie. I quadrupled down when Brent wanted to play the live stream, the clip of me talking about Walter. I quadrupled down and said, yeah, I understand the money was said it was for Zach Taylor McGinnis, but during the whole conversation, you're going to, like, y'all, I think y'all heard like a piece of it where Walter is talking about JDF banning him from conventions, banning him from WizardCon, banning him from Motor City Con, which is his own city. And JDF was like, dude, that's not me doing anything. You don't have no lines and you keep asking for guarantees. So when I said, hey, he counted out 1,500 for Zach, do I think Walter got a piece of that shit? I said absolutely 1,000 times. 1,000 times. Like, yeah, I understand it was for him. That's like me sending Chad to go collect some money, right? I send Chad, I say, hey, Chad, go and talk to Brent and collect $200 from me. And then you think Chad ain't gonna get a piece of that $200? Come on, man. Holy shit. Middle finger for life. To Brent. Now look, people who didn't get a chance to come up on Reality Stream because of the agreement that they made, you know, shout out to her for honoring her agreement. Y'all want to come up? I got time today, man. Thank you, Answer. He had a lot of smoke for you in there in the live stream, which you actually have a section in this video where it's just titled Answer 06. And
I've confronted him about the things that he said on his channel. So I just find it interesting. But regardless of how I feel about Henry, Aaron needs to be held accountable because it's been 5 years. I don't care. 5 years is way too long. You are for any movie, if it's not done within 4 years at the most,
then I can't answer.
You are a terrible director, producer, and whatever. I don't want to hear the excuses. And Aaron is he's full of shit. So Henry is doing a good job, and I'll say that regardless of how I feel about some of the coverage Henry has done with other people. So
hey, I'm doing a good job, man. The work speaks for itself sometimes.
Yeah, I think you're doing a good job.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
oh, he's there. Okay, yeah. I mean,
now to be fair, guys, I had my daughter. I was in and out listening, but I was, here and there. I'm in and out.
Facts over feelings. So yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's just like, you're avoiding Henry. I'm like, well, Henry's here. He's not avoiding you. I mean, so I feel like, dude, this is the thing I would say that I do miss is like having your takes on the Aaron stuff on the channel, because yeah, I was like, I know Brent is definitely got to be watching and having his feelings about it, not being able to come on and go off like you just did. Like, yeah, that's that, I'm telling you, I know y'all got your issues with Brent, but I'm telling you, I do miss having him on there, being the person that everyone's just like, you know, oh God, Brent's here, what's his opinion? And then everyone just going, and it was always just good entertainment. But yeah, so Henry's here now. So I don't know, Henry, if you missed what Brent said when he answered the question why he's not responding to you, but I guess to sum it up, he feels you have been being disrespectful, and I don't know if he.
It's crazy when you tell a person no, they like, that's disrespect. Like, what? I just said no, that's disrespect. Hey, can I come on? No. That's disrespectful. You let everyone else come on.
He's read. Have you read the emails, or you just know he sent them? Did you at least open
I
them?
know he sent them, and I won't disclose the content of those emails, but yeah, he did send it, and I basically ignored.
Let's disclose the content of the email. We'll just disclose one, because like he's making it seem like a big deal. I sent him this email right here. Wellness check. Right here. Right here, guys. Look at the email. Hey, I called you once while live and the other after the live stream ended. Hope all is well with you. That's it. This is everything. This is it. This is one of them. Maybe I sent one more, but it was just like called you, shit like that. There was nothing like, oh my God, I can't believe, you know, they paid to ban you or anything like that. So this is the classic, you know.
Okay, I might have left something out of context.
He making it seem like this is like some goddamn love letter. Summer title, wellness check. Hey, I called you once while live and the other after the live stream ended. Hope all is well with you. This it. This it. This better than the Notebook movie. Oh my God. That's it. Wait till we get to the Ranger stop. Wait till we get to Ranger stop. Wait till we get to it. I'm just like, dude, it's not that deep for me, but maybe it was that deep for him. There we go.
Ignored it, and I'm keeping it real because he wants to come up on the channel. Like, I've been nothing but respectful. Like, my tone, how I speak, quite frankly, would not be acceptable on most YouTube channels because they cannot handle what I'm saying and the way I say it. And I think Henry's channel allows for that, but apparently some of his audience members decided to ban me, which is fine. But I feel that if he should say, like, as basic respect, yeah, I'm banning you. Don't take it. It's nothing personal. But when I asked him on another stream, he avoided the question when it was another stream.
What? I never avoided the question. The fans paid to have your ass down, and I honor what they paid for. It's a very simple thing to think. I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, $10? Here's 20. Shit, you got answered. You got a lot of people who was like, no, I don't want to see him tonight either. I'm like, oh shit, say less.
So, but that's fine. I mean, I'm not really clamoring to come back on his channel, but you know,
right.
I found what he did disrespectful, and other people, they say it's out of bounds what he's doing. Like,
now, other people may be more phenomenal expo people. These may be the same people who said you can't come on their stream. Now, this puts them in an awkward position because, one, I was there when they said they didn't agree with it. But now at the same time, you can't come on their stream. So now they kind of like have to put you back on the stream, or it makes them fucking hypocrites. So how can you champion them for saying they don't agree with it, but at the same time, you can't go on their stream? But I'm sure now they kind of have to, or they just hypocrites. So, and Brent does these things like as if I give two fucks what anyone thinks that is not on my channel, that contributes shit to my channel. I don't care. I'm always going to run my channel how I see fit, not how others think I should run it. Because frankly, I don't give a fuck. But hey, shout out to them, man, for putting a battery in Brent's back, as he always looks to other people for validation. I do how I do. I'm not like, hey guys, what do you think about me banning Brent for a couple of dollars? You think I ran that past anybody?
Nope.
Fuck no. No. Hey, that was an executive decision I made. And I'll keep making them. Will all the super chats today go towards keeping him off? Asking for a friend. Also like the stream. Look, guys, if you want your super chats to go to keeping Brent off, please say so. He's already off until January 1st. Now, don't think for a second just because he said if he got an apology, he would think about coming back. I think wholeheartedly, if I was like, hey, the ban is up, because he can come back once the people stop paying, sure, I don't care. But at the same time, if you think he wants an apology to come back, you're fucking mistaken. He wants a platform that's going to be a megaphone for his opinions. And I mean, I got one, but like I said, I'm not apologizing to this guy a day in my life. Like and share the stream. Let's get those numbers up. Hold on. Let's get those numbers up, guys. You may not know about the origin story, as we are at some point going to transition to some YouTube, some good old YouTube back to Germany.
To be clear, that is dangerous. That's not good. That's not good. That's dangerous.
Let's up those numbers!
That's not good.
This is going to be a meme for forever, but you got to know the origin story of it. As we were saying, look, man, if y'all want it, the band, go for it. But trust me, I know Brent. Brent loves attention. So because he loves attention, he's going to go to where he can get the attention, not where people, quote unquote, want him to be. So I think it's all lip service, where him saying, well, if he apologized, I'll think I'll come back. We haven't got to that point yet, but it's out there.
Like, and then like on one stream, he was like, he told me that someone paid money to come back. And so people were asking me, and he was asking me, Brent, come back. Somebody paid money for you to come back. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not your clown here. Come on now. I deserve some basic respect, especially when I paid for a trip to go to Ranger Stop and he used that trip for content. I've been nothing but good to him. But you know what? I mean,
Now, this is why you have to really be careful as a content creator when accepting gifts from other people. Now, if you know the history of the goddamn Ranger Stop, you know I rejected it outright at first. Rejected. I said, no thanks. I have my daughter. And guys, this was not my idea. My idea was I was not out here like, hey guys, I really want to go to Ranger Stop. I'm collecting money for it. Can anyone spare some change to get me to Ranger Stop so I could see these Power Ranger actors? That was never the thing. This was proposed by him. 100% proposed by Brent. All right. And I'm going to get to you. Let me just finish this up. This was proposed by Brent, not me. So that I pay for you and your daughter, or all flights will be paid for. I will choose the airline and the flights, pay for one hotel for one hotel for you, your daughter, and a chaperone for your daughter to share. I would choose a hotel room, most likely Ranger Stop Hotel, but it might sell out. So get back to me. Pay for 2 one-day admission tickets to SeaWorld, Orlando, or Aquatica. Pay for 1-day Ranger Stop ticket for you. In return, I'm asking the following. This was his list of demands right here. And I'm going to get to the super chats. Be with me 1 hour prior to the convention closing until 1 hour after. Being the last man standing at the convention is key to getting the conversation time. 2, ask Walter Jones about what happened during the situation Francis mentioned to you. You asked if she could speak on him, JDF not liking the Black Ranger, Walter Jones. Ask Walter and his agent for an interview. Your email could have gone to spam. No response doesn't necessarily mean no. Let me know which day you want to fly in Ranger Stop and which day you want to fly out. You could fly in Friday and leave on Monday, but extra hotel days will not be covered. I got an email, got you on all weekend Ranger Stop pass because it's the same cost as I pay individually for you and my tickets. Did you tell Dust Productions and Francis about my offer? That's fine if you did. So this was the offer that he tendered to me, which I accepted. At first, I just turned it down outright. I was like, oh, I got my daughter. Then he sent this. Now, granted, Indiana, I was like, I'm not about to fly my daughter down there because she's going to want to spend time with daddy and no one else. So this was me popping down there and popping back real quick. All right. So what do we have here? What do we have as far as the super chats? Co says the apology Brent keeps demanding is completely irrelevant. It has nothing to do with respect and everything to do with getting Henry to fold and do what Brent wants him to do. God damn.
That's a truthful statement.
Just keeping scores. Yeah, man. You don't give in to, you don't negotiate with terrorists. You just don't. Aerostream says, so he is not a clown, but he's okay. The shrine of Henry memes of him. Pham Matter, season 1, season 2, him dancing. No, he's not okay because he can't cam up. Look, man, you guys don't understand. You took away the one thing Brent loved the most, attention. So you wanted to hurt Brent. And in doing so, you hurt him to the core. He's hurt to his core. He can't believe that he paid for Ranger Stop. And I'll divulge the messages about Ranger Stop soon. All right. Bye.
He has the right to do that, and I'm not clamoring to come back on his channel, and he'll just laugh it off. I know he'll make a video on this, and he'll just laugh it off and make me look like a crybaby, like he's done with the other streams. That's okay. I mean, I'll keep speaking, so it's whatever.
Gotcha. Thank you, Big Rudy, for the $2. Love you too. Great interview you did earlier, Big Rudy. Appreciate you. Ranger Stop was their little honeymoon. That's crazy.
Now look, man, the Ranger Stop deal, I kept my end of the bargain. And he was like, we talked to Walter. We didn't have to do the last man standing or anything like that. But we talked to Walter. He little broed me on the interview. We talked about the incident. He explained all that. And as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure Brent would tell you, like, the deal was honored.
So I would say this, talking about what happened, like, because you said we get into it, might as well, since Henry's watching, like, when you say certain people, there's issues, like, so what was the cause of the pay to keep Brent away movement? I'm going to call it a movement because that shit is funny.
Okay. Ray, I know you can hit, like, I got, when I was ambushed in another, I was talking about Star Wars, another time I was ambushed. I tried to keep it, PC. So I tried to leave out certain details and I got ambushed for it. But I know this channel can handle the full truth. So I'm going to tell you exactly what happened.
The full truth as Brent see fits. We're gonna break down his truth. And hopefully he says it correctly. Shout out to Dust out here dropping.
It's fuck Dust for life. So this is about Dust being an asshole. And he got nothing else better to do than to troll people and cause real problems.
Cry Me a River. Justin Timberlake's song is what is planned for Brent at this time. Dude, just need to know bad takes are bad takes. Keep Brent off. God damn, man.
God damn.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, January 1st, I think, is the first day for eligibility. But I know there are people who like, he's never coming back.
So Austin, you know, Henry was doing multiple streams on Austin St. John, and my opinion was always the same, and it won't change now, and it won't change.
Yeah, guys, there's nothing that can be done to change Brent's opinion about Austin St. John, despite pleading guilty, despite all the evidence that the state presented, I presented, despite him pleading guilty. He's hanging his head on the fact that Austin St. John did not get any jail time as to prove his innocence. But we'll get to that a little bit later.
And then I brought up the fact about Jason David Frank and the streams Henry did about Jason David Frank and what happened in the Tammy interview. Those streams brought Henry to prominence. Those streams I feel are the reason why fans are watching his channel, why all the Rangers feel compelled to address Henry because he is willing to dig. That is why people like Tony Diaz are like, you like to dig. Some things need to be kept private, because he dug really deep to where no other YouTube channel content creator would go. And one of the things that was discussed was the police report that was filed in the state of Texas. So let me try to remember. I need to be very careful when I speak about this. So it was apparently.
I think this is one of the reasons people took issue with Brent. So Brent has a goal, guys. It is to diminish JDF's legacy as much as he can, however he can, in hopes of propping up ASJ. So when JDF passed away and it was discovered that he had cocaine in his system and there was cocaine in the rooms that him and Tammy were staying in, Brent was like, yes, now this is something I could use to equal out the playing field between him and Austin St. John and Walter, who, if you were to ask Brent, do they consider him his friend? Do he consider they friends? No, but there were posts of him talking where he said, Walter treated me like a friend. Now, you have to imagine how Walter could treat someone like Brent like a friend when, if you're not paying, he won't even interact with you. Think about that. Now, if I was to be like Walter and was like, well, I will only talk to the people who super chatted, and I would never talk to people off stream who super chat. But this is Brent's warped sense of friendship is, I pay this guy, he talks to me. And for him, hey, that could be the norm. I pay him, he talks to me. That's how our friendship works. But I don't think that that's friendship, in my opinion. Okay, I truly, honestly don't think that's friendship. Now, Ryusi he put $50 to keep Brent off through January, and I keep a Google sheet, and there we go. This is literally how it starts. 50 to keep him off through January. People are done with Brent because he would not admit facts. This is also true. Austin was found guilty. He cannot accept it, which means he has feelings over facts. 100%, man. And I'll break down the Austin St. John thing. We are all pimps because we pay him. Oh, man. I have so many titles. And believe it or not, there are people who get upset and count how much people super chat me, and they say it should be going to their spot fund, or in Brent's case, he should be getting a cut of it. It's a weird dynamic when people look at the stream and they say, well, that money should go to ABC instead of the content, instead of where the people want it to go to. I always thought that was a little bit weird.
Tammy, in the police report, Tammy and JDF had two different hotel rooms. So they were separate. And then when they, one of the investigators went into the room, and in Jason David Frank's hotel room, which he checked into, they found a variety of psychiatric drugs, and they also found cocaine in there. And in the toxicology report, it stated that JDF had apparently two forms of cocaine, or at least one form of cocaine, and the degrading product that metabolizes or whatever the cocaine, which is used to cocaine tests for that degrading product to see if someone is taking cocaine. So that toxicology report proved that JDF was taking cocaine in that hotel within maybe 1 or 2 days. We don't know the exact date.
It just proves it was cocaine in the system. That's what it proves.
But he was taking cocaine.
It just proves it was cocaine in the system.
Cocaine was found in his hotel room.
Cocaine was in a hotel room which him and Tammy both stayed in. Now, granted, they both admitted to, or Tammy did admit to doing coke one time or that night to the police.
which he was the only occupant because JDF, apparently he snores. So that's why Tammy and JDF had separate hotel rooms. So he was in possession of cocaine.
So what he's trying to do is convict JDF of possession of cocaine, and trying to convict him in death of possession of cocaine to besmirch his name, to minimize what Austin St. John did. Hopefully you guys see it. What if the hotel room was under Tammy's room? Just saying. Yeah. Yeah. If it was Tammy's room, he would say, but it was found in JDF's system. Like I said, shout out to Jerusalem, who said he's still trying to speak ill of someone who passed away who struggled with mental health. Yes, 100%.
This cocaine was taken in as evidence to the police department. So I said, I think JDF committed, he was in possession of cocaine, and that possession of cocaine is punishable by multiple months in prison. And I said that this was never mentioned on Henry's channel, even though he is about facts over feeling digging. He talks about Austin St. John's the PPP loan fraud. He talks about Walter Jones and the lies he tells about Walter. He went extensively about that. Karen Ashling, the order.
Why would I talk about a guy who passed having cocaine in his system? For me, that's a non-story. That's a non-story for me. But Brent has a strong bias against JDF. Remember, Brent absolutely hates JDF. I'm going to tell you why he hates him when we get there.
But he never mentioned about JDF and his cocaine usage.
I'm the one who talked about JDF and having cocaine in his system. That's me. I don't know if he was a user. I don't know if he was just feeling good that night and just used it that night. I have no idea. I was not there. So I wouldn't try to paint him as anything other than having cocaine in his system, which is what the toxicology report had. I wouldn't paint him as anything other than having cocaine in the room in which him and Tammy both shared and likely had sex in hours before he passed. I would never, I can only go off the facts. I'm not about to speculate that anything regarding the amount or usage of cocaine for JDF. I'm not going to do that. So I just go by what the facts.
And I said that it is clear that he committed a crime. That is what I said. How
is it clear? You have to prove a crime beyond reasonable doubt. Beyond reasonable doubt, you saw him ingest it or something. I mean, I get it. It's in his system. How'd it get there? You know the delivery method?
I said, and people took issue with this. This is why Answer 06 is still trying to pay you to keep me off. And I also made it a point to say that we should not cancel people because of this.
No one's canceling JDF for what was in his system.
JDF should not be canceled because he is a cocaine user.
See? How is he This is what you got to do with Brent. You got to be like, wait, he a cocaine user? How? Based on what evidence? Based on what facts? Well, he had cocaine in his system that night. Yeah, he did. What's a cocaine user? As
Henry would state, he would be a crackhead because these people
Look, guys, if you have cocaine in your system, I don't think that makes you a crackhead. You literally have to be smoking crack. Or someone who knows you have to say that you told them what's wrong with having crack in the pipe. But you see, this is the things he's trying to put on JDF's name. A crackhead because he had cocaine in his system.
Because he is a cocaine user. As Henry would state, he would be a crackhead. Because
I don't even think Brent knows what a crackhead is. In all honesty, he couldn't. A crackhead is not someone who has necessarily cocaine in their system. But he don't know that. And yet this is the disrespect that he wants to purport. Is Brent trying to cancel JDF here? Yeah. Now, like, he's like, well, I know people. He always talks about like validation. I know people who agree with me. Like, it's like, you know people who agree with you? You really do?
Who fucking cares, bitch?
Yo, who cares? Who fuck cares? There was no crime because Jason was dead and never charged of a crime. Crack is not cocaine. Brent don't know that though. You think he did his Googles?
These people, nobody's perfect, but I just mentioned that because multiple times I mentioned question, but he talked about all the other Rangers, but not JDF. And I just felt compelled to make that point because JDF was he was a representative of the DARE program, the anti-drug program.
You think every person who represented the DARE program remained drug-free their entire life? I don't know. He might think that. He might think that. Now, I'm sure back in the day that was a paid thing. Hey, I was a member of the DARE program. But this is his rationale.
And the JDF was he was a representative of the DARE program, the anti-drug program in the 90s. So he knew that cocaine usage is not good. But so that is why people are paying to ban me, because I refrained from mentioning this for 2 years since Henry presented that toxicology report on day 1 or 2 of his channel.
I don't typically cover people doing drugs unless it's like a detriment to society. You know, like, you didn't mention it, Henry. I brought it to the forefront. Without me, you wouldn't even know about it. I think that considers mention it. I think it does. God damn. Jesus, man. Jesus.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
Hey, Ko, I think I might have to give Brent a piece of this super chat. I'm not entirely sure. Back in Ryusi's 20... Holy! Holy! Back in Ryusi's 2026 Brent ban, I've had a gut full of Brent. He was just as nonsensical when it came to Walter's DUI. If Walter had taken out a family of 4 driving drunk and survived with a tiny cut, Brent would say the family should have been driving. Oh man, Ko. I covered Walter's DUI. I covered it extensively. He was charged and the charges were dropped. It happens. It happens. He said it was driving while black and blamed it on food poison, but we haven't gotten that far yet. We haven't gotten that far. But yeah, I'll put this down, Ko. I'll put it down. All right. All right, it's there. But yeah, man, like, Ko, I'm letting you know. Walter can do no wrong in Brent's eyes. Even when I believe a comic book owner came up and was like, yo, he got me for a coat, paid him some money, ended up having to go through PayPal to get it refunded. He never gave back the coat. And Walter still be wearing the coat. That's on the channel. You think Brent didn't see that? You think Brent didn't see that? Brent don't care. He don't care. He don't care. He has selective outrage. Selective outrage. But thank you, Ko. Ryusi says, Walter, multiple DUIs, ASJ DUIs. They were both part of their program, Brent. Wait, Walter got multiple DUIs? Oh, shit. I don't know about the multiple. I don't know about the DUIs. I don't know. I don't know about the DUI. But what does DARE stand for? Drugs, alcohol? Oh, man. Drug abuse resistance education. There you go. Let's continue.
But at the end of the day, it's facts over feelings, and we shouldn't cancel people for this. I got message.
Here we go. This is outside validation. This is what Brent loves to bring up. Outside validation. And it could just be one person.
From someone saying that I won't support, I'm no longer a fan of JDS because he's a cocaine user. And I feel it's super harsh.
Doesn't matter if you're a fan of JDS anymore. I mean, he's gone.
Because we shouldn't cancel people because they make mistakes in their personal lives. I mean, we look at people like the guy from Deadpool, the Blade actor, who went to jail for tax fraud, and he received roaring applause in Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, I think we have to get to a point where we're not trying to cancel people for the mistakes they make off in their personal lives. People can make their own choices as to whether they support people or not. I was at Betroth.
Now, the Wesley Snipes thing, a lot of people, well, hey, there's some outside validation, say he went to jail literally for being black. The reason why I say it is because he paid the money back, and it was just like, so? But here's Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes did go to jail. He was convicted of failing to file tax return and served nearly 3 years in prison, according to USA Today. The conviction stemmed from charges related to his failure to file tax returns from 1999 to 2001. Now, the deeper story is his accountant never told him he didn't file, and the accountant ran off with the money. But at the end of the day, you have your personal liability, your personal responsibility. So you take that as you may. Okay? Let's get back to the Brent stream, or Brent. And shout out to Pyrabelle. Shout out to Pyrabelle. Where you at, girl?
Love of my life.
Brent, if you're watching, you need to show respect. He would never show respect to JDF. Even in death, you saw him say F JDF. JDF was someone's father, husband, and friend. Stop trying to tarnish a man you never met. That's the crazy part, right? We haven't gotten to why Brent hates JDF. I'm gonna explain it to you, I promise. I'm gonna explain it to you guys, I promise. Let's continue.
Some con. I went back to the con where David Yost pulled that bullshit. That's another story I'll get into later. But basically, Zachary Taylor McGinnis was there with all his clients. I ignored them, but I ignored Austin, Charlie Kirsch, all those actors that I want to get signatures from. I ignored them because they're represented by Zach. But I'm not calling for Zach to be canceled. I think that's a decision that people need to make by themselves. But when I speak about facts about JDF, when I'm being presented on Henry's channel, those facts, and I state them, and I state in my opinion that I think other content creators would come to the same conclusion. He was committing a crime in that hotel room, and people don't like that. But that's facts over feelings, and what other crimes are committed every day in our society, and you don't need to be charged with the crime or go to trial in order for someone to have an opinion and say you committed a crime. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. He committed assault. Chris Rock did not file charges, but I'm still of the opinion that Will Smith committed a crime in the state of California, and I don't need Will Smith to go to trial or have formal charges be filed against him for me to come to that conclusion. And I feel that the police report is a credible document. Toxicology report, credible document.
But Austin St. John wire transfer is not credible. Anywho, bringing another man down in order to lift one up. There is no honor in that. One man steals here, the other is not. Let it go, Brent. We had broken hearts. No, he will never let it go. He will never let it go. He would never let it go, man. Let's go.
And I'm disappointed that Henry does not say that Brent is just stating facts that I dug up. it's just facts over feelings, but people, they don't want to hear that, and that is why they are paying. That is why they're paying to keep me off.
I have a few super chats I gotta get to. Shay here with $2. Thoughts on Morph Expo stream crash out? What's the Morph Expo stream crash out? Do you know? Because I have no idea.
I don't call it okay.
I heard it was a crash out, and it was epic. I wish we would have got a copy of it. Wish we would have.
So I'm being asked about what they call a crash out. This is what Henry does when he calls it a crash out, quote unquote, crying when.
Bro, like, see, I wish you would have asked him, did he really cry? I was told he was really crying on that stream.
I respond to people who ambush me on streams that have nothing to do with the content being presented by the owner of the channel. So this was
the owner of the channel allowed you to get ambushed. That's on them. They could have easily said, no, we're not bringing people up because of the previous time they brought people up when you were there. So if you worried about getting ambushed, you only have to worry, focus on the person who allowed them up. They control who comes up and who does not. Henry Clips, he sure did rant for 15 minutes when I asked him about the email and the crash out #1. Yeah, the email was like, as you saw, that was the email. That was the email. It was nothing. It's Henry's fault repeatedly. He was saying that. He then just sat in the car for 4 hours. I mean, because the attention, he's getting some good attention.
Was the Morph Expo. We were talking about Star Wars because it was May the 4th.
Oh, okay. That's what you said about that stream, right?
Yeah. So we were talking about Star Wars, and I have opinions about Star Wars and the wokeness that is being presented in the sequel trilogy, TV shows like The Acolyte. The direction of Star Wars is not. It's on a dangerous path of pushing an agenda at the expense of storytelling.
All right, here we go. People were trying to talk about Star Wars on stream, but Brent was the one that kept bringing it to get back to the arguments. 100%. I even told, I want to say, I would have to go through my DMs, but I told the owner of the channel, I'm like, yo, he's the one who keeps looping it back to Power Rangers drama. Because they asked him something. It was like, well, remember when Zach Taylor McGinnis did this? That was kind of like that. I'm like, because that's the way he shoehorns in his talking points. Like, he even does that to reality when she's like, hey, what have you been up to? And he's talking about, oh, Henry's stream. I'm like, bro, you haven't been on streams. Like, well, I go in there and this is why I like it. But that's what he does. He's like a politician in a sense. When you ask him a question, you're like, okay, the question's about ABC. He's like, well, let me tell you about CDE. He like, people just go with it and never say, hey, can you come back to the question? But yeah, Dust, I'm happy you brought that up.
And that was, we were talking about Star Wars on that stream. And I think it was Sean Rhea who brought up the ban. And then it started, I was forced to basically.
Yeah, Sean Rhea. I think I was there for the show. I think I was watching it when Sean Rhea triggered him. Sorry, I'm late to the party, but Brent needs to understand we wanted to ban him. Look, this is so true. We like, well, we wanted to ban you. Why? And then you see him spewing all his hatred. You're like, okay, I get it now.
Because I had to address what was being said. And I felt that was not appropriate because when you go on a stream to discuss certain topics, to be ambushed like that, it wasn't really fair to me. But I didn't want to, I'm being asked about it. So now I'm giving you my opinion as how I felt. And I started getting different people started coming on. And it's kind of like I respond to every single one of them. And it was quite a forceful tone that I took. And they call it a crash out because they don't want to address what was being said. I called out Francis for lying about Walter Jones. I pushed back on Answer 06 because of what he said about he wasn't formally charged. I brought up the same argument of people commit crimes every day. And just because they're not charged doesn't mean they didn't commit the crime. And I had this discussion with Heirloom in where we met up, and we discussed this in great detail, in great length. And so my thoughts on the quote unquote crash out is I stood my ground. I felt that it was not appropriate. It was not fair to be ambushed like that. But
well, that's the owner's, that's the channel person's fault for you getting ambushed. But he don't got smoke for them. He got smoke for the people who quote unquote ambushed him.
They decided to do that, so I chose to respond, and it got kind of out of hand. But that's what happens when you ambush people like that. It was so off topic.
I did not see it. I heard that there was something. I heard something, but I didn't see the stream. I was like,
yeah, they removed it. They removed it, and
I know, right? And that's where you're like, are these the same people who said they don't agree with what Henry's doing to you? That would have been a phenomenal question to ask.
I could see why they did that, because it went off topic. We'll just put it that way. It went off topic, and that's fine if but it was kind of like they want, I think I'm speculating.
They removed all of Brent streams. Like, think about that, right? Imagine a group of people saying, "Hey, we don't agree with how Brent how you're getting treated." And you're like, "Oh, cool. Well, why you remove my streams?" Well, we don't worry about that. We don't like how Henry's treating you.
I think the owners want to talk about Star Wars, not the band, but it came up.
Yeah.
So right. So I played the clip to Heirloom.
Now, you have to be careful when Brent plays clips to people. He would definitely leave out context.
Okay, I might have left something out of context.
We caught him leaving out context when the one guy made the video about us, and he tried to make it seem like people over here was threatening him. And thank goodness Dust reached out and was like, "Hey, here's the context that Brent left out." So when he says he reached out to Heirloom and played the videos and said Henry's lying, I 1,000% know. On my channel, I let Brent pick out every clip he wanted to for the Walter drama, and I reacted to it, and I quadrupled down and said, yes, even though he said the money is for Zach to stop talking about him in the green rooms, I still think Walter got a piece of that $1,500 he collected for Zach Taylor McGinnis as from Walter, allegedly, or whatever you want to say, getting blocked at conventions when he just wasn't getting booked. That's the true proof. So yeah, I quadrupled down on that shit. So, but you know, let's hear Brent's, what do you got to say?
Where Henry says, let me try to remember. So Henry heard the entire recording, and he was like, JDF is counting out $1,500 to give to Walter to pay for Walter's guarantee. And then Francis is like, and then Henry asks Francis, "Am I lying? Am I flying?" And Francis is like, "You're
like." That conversation was so lit. It was litty. It was testy. Like, y'all should go back and rewatch it. I streamed about it and I made a video clip about it. And he's like, "Well, in the stream, you said it was for Walter's guarantee. In the clip, you said it was for Zach Taylor McGinnis." That's probably what he said. And I said, "Oh yeah." Once I rewatched it, I knew exactly what it was about. And I still think Walter got a piece of that money. Still think he does. There's nothing that's not, can I prove it? No, I can't. I wasn't there to be like, okay, JDF gave you $1,500. Did you give $1,500 to Zach Taylor McGinnis? I wasn't there for that. Does Zach give you any back? I wasn't there for that.
not lying." So she knew at that moment.
No, I think people just didn't remember like beat for beat off the top. But once we had the tape, the video speak for itself with the audio. It was video and audio right then and there.
The money was for Zach, but she confirmed Henry's message that the money was for Walter's guarantee. And that's a flat out lie. And that is why Walter was upset. And then Francis goes to Walter's booth and tells him that it was clear from the beginning that the money was for Zach. It wasn't clear from the beginning because I have the recording of where Francis is confirming the lie Henry is spreading that the money was for Walter's guarantee. So it's not semantics; it's flat out lying.
Well, isn't the guarantee though? But isn't the guarantee, because like again, I know some of the agents, when it says guarantee, some of the money goes towards obviously the agent for booking, and
20%, right? Well, Austin. Oh man, Francis, remember we've been down this Walter stuff so many times,
and the rest usually goes to the actor. So that's why when they say guarantee, I'm like, that usually is part for the agent and part for the actor, because the actor has to pay the agent. So I mean, I guess you could say like it is technically going to Walter because Walter is getting a cut.
Yeah, if I'm the booking agent and I say you're blocking my client from conventions, causing me to lose out on money, if JDF counts out $1,500 for me, is my client not going to get anything because I'm using you to get the $1,500? I'm using Walter not being booked at conventions to say, hey, JDF's blocking my people. You know? Donald Nevitt, the last couple of days has been extremely crazy. Multiple videos are crash out for several former members of Henry Court. Man, I don't even be in Henry Court all like that, man. But yeah, it's unfortunate that this happens. I be just doing other stuff, man. I love everyone that Henry Court is working how it's intended, but I can't help it if, you know, it's not the experience you thought it would be.
But that's not for his guarantee, though. That is, and why did Francis have to go to Walter's booth and say that it was clear that from the beginning that the money was for Zach, and then the clip before where she said where she confirmed Henry's message that the money was Walter's guarantee, she never mentioned Zach. So you could try to say, well, that money was made the breakdown, blah 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 blah. But then why did she have to go to Walter's booth in New York Comic Con and say that the money was for Zach? It was clear from the beginning, but it was not clear from the beginning. Henry said it was Walter's guarantee, and then Francis confirmed and said that he's not lying. So basically, she is spreading a message that she confirmed later on was flat out untrue. And
you're on your phone, right, Brent? Because everyone's saying play the audio. I'm like, I don't think you can because it's in your phone, right?
The audio's definitely been played on my I mean, I don't care if people play the audio. I'm quadrupling down.
Play the audio. Oh, I played it to Heirloom, and then you could ask him his opinion on it if you want. I won't disclose
I was like, I have to go find the proper reaction, but I feel like I've talked about this ad nauseum, and I get it. We have about 1,500 new subscribers, but this has been going on for years. Brent with this story, and it'll never go away.
You could ask him. I played him the entire video from that I have, and the title of the video is present in the screenshot that I took because I screen recorded it, and so I have it on the phone. It's kind of like I understand that Walter, his price is high, and it's like $80 now. I feel it's a lot, but we have to understand that people have determined their own worth, and then the fans will determine if that price they can pay that price or want to pay that price. But we shouldn't tell lies about people, especially Francis, who is I hear the stuff on Henry's channel and the stuff that Francis has said. I've heard it in lines at cons.
Which year was it? This year? Because she's been pretty silent. Like which year? A couple years ago? I can't imagine, but hey, I never know, man. Francis reaches out there, man. So, like, which year did you hear all this stuff, my guy?
Because this Power Rangers community is very small, and she has a lot of credibility. So she can have whatever opinion she wants about Austin, Walter, everybody, but it has to be the truth. And to say that the 1500s was Walter,
I remember he was like 10. It was, I think, one of the incidents that he was trying to like nail Francis on was like 10 years ago. And she spoke just off the cuff about it, and then she had to go find it because Brent was like, well, you said. It's like, it was in jest. But I don't think it was egregious. But he's trying to make it seem like, hey, this was hurting Walter.
Guarantee. That means that Walter is getting, that money is just for Walter. I think.
What are you talking about? Agents get a cut of the goddamn guarantee. Like, come on, Brent.
It's not right, and that's why Walter took huge issue with. That's why Francis had to say say that it was clear from the beginning that the money was for Zach. And that's also a lie. So I got into that with Francis during that quote unquote crash out. And yeah, so.
Gotcha. I mean, so like, I saw it mentioned earlier because, you were talking about Jason David Frank.
Now, the title changes at the top, guys, if you haven't noticed.
And the whole, crime he committed and stuff. So I know you said earlier you're not going to sway your opinion on Austin. I'm not trying to convince you to sway your opinion on Austin, but like, what are like the thoughts on his legal issues? Because he did commit a crime as well. So I mean, does that not make you look at him a little differently? Because like he did commit a crime.
Because when you do
now, this is where he maybe he just leaves out some facts. But he's leaving out a lot. He's trying to make it seem like Austin St. John was convicted just for transferring money when that is far from the truth.
Do things privately. There's always when you do wire transfer, there's always a warning, like you know who you're transferring to, because there's always a risk that the person you are transferring money to is not on the up and up. And unfortunately for him, that risk was it backfired, and he pled guilty.
Okay, here let's clear this up once and for all. So, what did Austin St. John get convicted of? I've spoke about this. I've showed court docs. I've even showed court testimony of everything that Austin St. John did. Let's see if we can just type it up real quick of what Austin St. John did. Let's just go here, right? So, what did Austin St. John do? Give me a second. Let's make this, 30. ASJ guilt. All right. Step 1. Obtained fraudulent loan for, what was it? $235,000, right? Or $250. It was roughly about $225K. Austin St. John get a fraudulent, and you have to put emphasis on government loan because this is what got him. Because it's a government loan. It's not a private loan. It's a government loan. It's not like a HELOC for your house. It's a government loan. So ASJ obtained a fraudulent government loan. Okay. What did he do? Wired $25K to applicant completionist. Okay. But this is where he, one, you're not supposed to do that. And they didn't work for him. Wired $170K for personal investments. Okay. This is a government loan. All right. Now, when he realized, guess what? $170K, the guy who we wired the $170K to, which was these are the top two people. This was, Andrew Moran and Michael Hill. Okay. Guess what? These guys also got plea deals. These two people, despite Michael Hill coming up with the scheme, this guy right here, plea deal. This guy right here who took $25,000 from everyone he completed this fraudulent government loan for, he got a plea deal. Right? Now, Brent is of the opinion that plea deals are only for people the government can't convict, when that's just not true. They offer you a lesser sentence if you take the plea deal. If not, you're going to get sentenced by the judge for the sentencing guidelines. And usually the sentencing guidelines are way more tougher than the plea deal. Because most people were offered no jail time, 5 years probation, plus restitution. Now, here is what happened, and Austin St. John testified. $170K was gone, right? Gone, stolen, or not necessarily stolen. He invested it with Michael Hill, and then Michael Hill went ghost. when Austin St. John testified, why didn't you go to the police? That was the question. If you get a legitimate loan and you invest it legitimately, wouldn't you go to the police and say, hey, Michael Hill stole my money? You can't. You know why? Because the loan was illegal. Also, trip to Alaska. I was told he took a trip to Alaska and it was $33,000, I believe, unaccounted for personal bills. Now, guess what? The government not only had this, but they had text messages where ASJ talked about getting government loan, talked about investing government loan for business, talked about being broke. This is all the evidence that they got. Now, in order to convict, they just need to see you, one, you obtain a fraudulent loan. He said he had 10 employees. 10 employees. Now, the government literally called him an idiot for thinking that, hey, you just send someone your EIN number for your business and your driver's license, and next thing you know, a week later, you got $225,000 in your bank account that says PPP loan. It said it in there. And the government had all this against Austin St. John. On top of Court Newman text messages with ASJ and others. So you have all this evidence that, one, I showed the text messages. I showed everything except for the wire transfers because, like I said, he took the plea deal. He took the easy way out. So Brent is like, no, Austin St. John is innocent. I didn't see enough. He's trying to argue. Brent's argument is, did ASJ intentionally set out to defraud the government? Right? Brent says no. Okay? Brent says no. Now, I showed like the conviction sheet. Like, in order to convict, you have to get the government loan and use it for personal gain, which Austin St. John 100% used it for personal gain. He's like, well, once the return happened, I was going to invest it for my people in my business. I got 10 people I want to bring on. They was just like,
Shut up, bitch!
Take this deal or go your ass to jail. He was like, where do I sign? By the way, when you sign, you need to testify against this idiot, Court Newman, who did the exact same thing but pled innocent, which was Austin St. John was going to do, according to my source, until his wife was like, you got kids who are about to go to high school. They need their father. You can't be in jail with dumbass Court Newman. You can't risk that. So what did he do? He took the plea deal. But Brent is like, well, since he didn't go to jail, he's innocent. Like, bro, he got prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. He pled guilty. He's a convicted felon. He can no longer own a firearm. His wife can no longer firearm. He can't adequately protect his family if you were to kick in his door with a firearm. Where's his? Well, you know, I tried to defraud the government. So this is all the evidence that I presented on this channel, except for, I just talked about the Alaska trip. But you should ask Austin St. John, hey man, did you ever go to Alaska with your family for vacation? That's what you got to ask him. Like, did you? And after he stole the money, why didn't you go to the police? Why didn't you go to the police? You gave him $170,000 and he couldn't ghost on you and you didn't go to the police? You know why? Because he knew the money was obtained under a fraudulent pretense. Right here. Right here. Now you can say, oh, I was an idiot. I didn't know, man. Like, Ninja, you knew. But anyway, let's get back to Brent talking about ASJ. Hopefully I cleared that up for you guys. And go.
That's the fact. he pled guilty and he has a felony on his record. These are facts. And
Right.
my position is that
To quote Batman, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Brent is continue to now nag, bish.
shouldn't, whether it's Wesley Snipes, whether it's other people who commit crime. I mean, we shouldn't
The link will be available in 80 minutes. I got you guys.
cancel them when conventions like San Diego Comic-Con, for example, invite people like Wesley Snipes to their convention. We shouldn't cancel Wesley Snipes. It should be
But that's the thing. No one is canceling Wesley Snipes. No one is canceling anybody. He's arguing this imaginary cancel culture that no one's impacted by.
It should be an individual decision to not watch his movies, to not go to his booth, to not go to his panels. And my opinion would, if there was concrete evidence presented of what Austin did, then it could sway. It would most likely sway my opinion.
Like, I don't know what more concrete evidence that he needs, but I think at this point he just trolling people. Like, it's more concrete evidence. Like concrete evidence, like what? Now you have to keep in mind that because Austin St. John got that fraudulent loan that he invested for himself that eventually was stolen from him, there were legitimate families who needed those business loans that didn't get them, and their business went under. So, like, keep that in mind.
But in general, I feel that we shouldn't cancel people because of what they do. That should be a decision that's made at an individual level. On the flip side, if there is the forensic accounting, it takes a lot of work, but there are ways to find out if Austin intended to commit, but that evidence was not presented. And
what? Wait. He said that evidence was not presented.
It takes a lot of work, but there are ways to find out if Austin intended to commit, but that evidence was not presented.
Bro, it was 100% presented. He literally said he wanted to invest it in foreign markets in the transcripts. And if you think Brent didn't read the transcripts, come on, man. Brent standing on the business Austin doesn't have. Yeah. It's a business of one, man. It's just a business of him.
And if that evidence was presented, then most likely my opinion on him would change, but it wasn't presented. And you could argue the flip side as well. So your point is very well valid that you could argue, but we could also argue that if the government had evidence, they'd prosecute him.
They did prosecute him. What do you mean? He was prosecuted. He was convicted.
And I'd support that if they did, because that PP money, it was scarce. And if they had that evidence presented in court, the forensic accounting, then yes.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, here you go. Right. How did they know that he got a loan for $225,000 and 170 went to the guy for foreign investments and 22.5K went to the guy who did the application? That's forensic accounting. Hey, where did the money go? That's what you call a forensic accountant for. Hey, where did the money go? Who got it? Oh, he got $225,000 on this day. On this day, he sent 170 to this guy. He testified it was for foreign investments. He sent 10% to this guy for completing the application. I thought they had a slam dunk case against him. That's why he took the plea deal.
I'd support him going to prison, but it was not. So just because there's no evidence, that's not evidence of something else. You can't make that conclusion.
It was evidence he committed a crime. It was evidence he committed a crime.
But you make a fair point as well. You could also argue that he took the plea deal because they had something on him. But you could also say that the federal government just decided to take the plea deal because they didn't have that enough evidence to go to trial, because it was a risk. They want to maintain that high conviction rate. So you could argue both sides. What we know is that he signed a document to wire transfer money to a private individual with low levels of regulation.
Two private individuals, one who did the application and one who was going to invest it in foreign exchange markets. He testified it was for foreign exchange markets, not for his business.
That's stupid. It's irresponsible. And I said that from the beginning, but that's what we know. And he took a plea deal, and he has a felony on his record. These are facts. I wish there was more facts. I honestly, if there was more facts, then I'd welcome that. But that's what we know. So you could argue one side and it's completely valid, but the other side is also valid, where the federal government took the plea deal with no jail time because they didn't have enough evidence. You could argue both sides, and your point is valid, but
you have to consider Austin St. John's. If they didn't have no evidence, why would he take a felony? They got no evidence, Brent. Why would an innocent man agree to take a felony when, as Brent said, they have zero evidence? Because they had all the evidence. And I wish Court Newman had got sentenced by now, because that would have been Austin St. John's fate. He would they took off money laundering and just got him with conspiracy to commit wire fraud. So that's a break right there. That's an incentive to say, hey, just take this deal. It's a victimless crime, if you will. You do 5 years and you'll be back out.
that's my opinion, and it's been consistent from the beginning. So I've repeated this many times on Henry's channel. So
y'all gotta be nice. He's a guest. Be nice. He's not Rican. He's not as bad as Rican. Y'all can't treat.
Now, this was where I was like, come on, Ray. Like, I get it. She want to make sure she maintain this. It was like minimal pushback. I'm just like,
treat him like Rican, man. be a little respectful. He's not being disrespectful. He just has opinion. He has some hot takes, but he's being as respectful as possible. So let's try to be a little nice. I'm not trying to scare him away. Not trying to scare him away.
Right. And
there you go. I'm not trying to scare him away. I mean, hey, at least she honest.
You know, I'm not scared away. People have to pay Henry to keep me away. It's kind of like, you know, it's ironic because they want to pay me to keep me away, but they're on your channel listening to what I have to say, which is it's quite weird, but you know, it's whatever.
I think the payment is punishment for Brent. The fact that he can't come on, punishment. Punish him. Does Austin St. John have a Nintendo controller plugged into Brent's brain and controlling him? Brent is that dense. Light just bends around him. Here's the thing, Co. Brent has had so many interactions with Austin St. John. He doesn't see Austin St. John as a Power Ranger actor. He sees him as a friend. I kid you not. He's like, well, no, I know they're not my friends. He'll say, I know they're not my friends, but I swear there was a post where he was like, Walter treated me like a friend one day on this one incident. And I was just like, oh, okay. All right.
And Heirloom, I played him the videos. We were at my hotel, actually, and I played him the videos, the evidence that I have. And it's...
Heirloom is a friend of the show, guys.
To me, it's 100%. That's why I speak with such confidence, because it's unfair to call someone a liar unless you have proof. And I have the proof. And I sent it to Henry and Francis, and they want to deny it. But I showed it to Heirloom.
I played it. I played it on stream, man.
And
see, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure he's like, no, Heirloom. He never played this on stream. He never said that. I'm pretty sure. Maybe Heirloom is. I know it's late for him right now. He's 5 hours ahead.
I can send it to you, Ray, too, as well, if you're interested. Right. And honestly, I mean, I was on vacation, so I saw your email, and I did think about, should I come on? I mean, Ray, I found her very entertaining, and that's how I view YouTube. You're very entertaining. I disagree with some of your takes, but that's just normal. Like you can't agree. Like you can't agree on everything. That's just it's not realistic. So I do find you entertaining and very respectful, and that's why I agreed to come on. And I've got an offer from others, and I will not go on their platforms because they have shown to be disrespectful. And
he talking about Rican, guys. He talking about Rican.
I will, because you got my name in your mouth, you
people know who they are. And yeah, so that's why I came on your channel. And I do appreciate you honoring the coming out, because I've dealt with ambushes before. It's nothing new. It's not preferable, but this is something you expect on social media. You back some people back. Okay, I might have left something out of context, off their word. And I appreciate you standing on what you agreed upon. So
if you're talking to Rican, I guess they want to know if you're talking
no way. I found his this is a very controversial what he said about the photo taking. If it was my channel, he would be banned permanently. That behavior, it's in the West, in particularly Los Angeles, it's very
I think I do a nice balance of giving y'all what y'all want as the audience and what I want as the host. And there are some times where people's like, well, we just want Rican for whatever reason.
Accepted to take pictures of people's children. It's the paparazzi culture. TMZ is notorious for this. They claim that because people are in public spaces, they can take pictures of people's children, celebrities' children, because the celebrities chose a certain lifestyle. So they take pictures of children, and they take picture. The thing with Kobe, I felt what they did was disgusting. They reported the story first, but they didn't let the family know. Like, I feel that culture is very inappropriate. And Rican, I felt it was so inappropriate for him to say that he would take pictures of people. It doesn't matter whether it's Henry's child or whatever. I just find that so not great, in my opinion. So if it was up to me, I found that behavior unacceptable. So that's why I don't feel comfortable going on his platform. So if that answers the question, but if I'm talking to Rican or not,
I mean, I didn't think. I know. Answer.
Here we go. Answer. Hopefully you listen, man. This is your segment, man. Just put like a 1 in the chat.
Really wants to come on and talk to you, but again, that's completely up to you. He said he'll be civil, but that's completely up to you.
He wants to come on, but he's paying hundreds of dollars to keep me off. It is very interesting.
I think Brent takes the payment as you don't want to hear him. At the same time, Brent still could type in the chat. So that's the thing. Like, if it was a true ban, he wouldn't be in the chat. He wouldn't be able to type in the chat. He wouldn't be able to be in Discord or something like that. It would be more significant than, hey, you just can't click the link. And truth be told, Brent was not the only name that was floated. There were 2 other names that were floated. I kid you not. I was like, I can understand y'all for Brent. But the other 2 people, I was like, I mean, if y'all want to, cool. But I don't, I didn't think it was like super duper necessary. Holy shit. Holy shit. Yo.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Look, man, if y'all want to keep Brent banned for 2026, I'm not going to stop y'all. I'm not going to stop y'all, man. I'm not. But at the same time, I understand Brent was like, well, he need to apologize for me to come back. I don't think that's true. I think he'll be a regular on reality's streams.
We'll just keep it between you and us. And if he really wants, maybe on another platform, maybe, but not.
Gotcha. I just want to.
On another, what other platform would you talk to him? Like, like that's where she should say, hey, what other platform do you go on? That's where that's where he was like, hey, what's the other platform? If not here, you ain't gonna be on doing it on Henry's. Where are you gonna be?
Ask, like I said, I told people in the chat many times, like, if whatever you're comfortable with, I will still ask. But there you go. So
he'll have a chance. Henry will make a video on this. And then do his usual laughing after I say certain things, the usual. Then Answer will have his platform. Obviously, I won't be able to speak, but he'll have his opportunities.
He can speak in the chat. He can speak in email. I'm telling you, he's the spoiled kid where he's like, well, if I can't get it my way, then I'm not going to have it anyway.
Speak about what I'm saying on his platform. So
I'll just ask if if Answer agreed to kind of like let you on to have the conversation with him on Henry's platform, would you be willing to do that?
Let me. I mean,
I can't do it. I keep track of everyone who donates for what month. I've explained this to everybody. Now, granted, I would say some of the people who been leading the charge, Answer for sure has a voice. Ryusi, even Ko, Chad. There's a Rudy. Rudy kicked in $1 to keep Brent off. Shout out to the Big Rudy show. Like, even Ray Zero kicked in $5. Donald Nevitt, Bushido, Oya Man. Like, it's a lot of people who kicked in money. And I'm like, I would have to look at the month and be like, hey guys, you are the guys who contributed, and everyone would have to agree.
Well, I'm saying because he's paying to keep you off. But if he's like, since he paid to keep you off, if he's like, listen, you know, I'll like we could have him come on and talk it out with him and you, and then go back to I guess the boycott or whatever. But would you be willing to talk to Answer on Henry's platform?
First of all, it's Henry's decision. It's Henry's channel. It's not the final say shouldn't be on any.
Look, guys, I lead with like democracy for the most part. Like the mods could tell you, someone gets banned. Hey, they message me. They want to come back. Y'all figure it out. Here's a poll. Because I'm not even in Discord like that. That's literally how I do it. I'm like, I don't really got, the vested energy into it. Hey, do y'all want Brent to come back? Here's a poll. Hey, should I go to Ranger Stop? Here's a poll. I literally let the audience dictate, and I keep whatever the outcome is. I typically do not overturn it. I do not veto it because I think it was foolish for me to give the audience the ability to control, I guess, quote unquote, my fate or the channel of the direction of the channel. And for me to say, never mind, I'm going to do my own thing.
Anybody else. It's Henry's channel. He's taking the money because he claims that's economics. And that's his right. But
it's purely economics.
It's kind of like it should be Henry addressing me about this, not anybody else, because it's Henry's channel. And Henry wants to avoid responsibility of banning me because I express an opinion that a lot of people
who get mad with me were probably spoiled kids.
That's a truthful statement.
I mean, look at Brent, right? No one said he can't come on the show. They just said he can't, you know what I'm saying? He can't, whatchamacallit, he can't come on live. We tried to call him. I've messaged him. I've emailed him. He chooses to ignore where he could have easily had a personal conversation about it, but he didn't. And that's his choice. Hey, man, hey, more power to him.
I feel would have if they were presented with the evidence that Henry dug up. So I don't know. And my opinions are about information that Henry dug up, right? I think it's public information, but it's kind of like, I think Henry needs to be the one.
I'm pretty sure Brent has a membership already, in all honesty.
To address it, not anybody else. And there are people who have messaged me saying not to come back on Henry's channel because he's out of line. It's what Henry did.
Why don't you just talk to Henry? Because I see everyone saying
no, because he called me. He apparently he called me, and then I wasn't told that he was calling me while he was streaming. So basically, I'm being used.
Like, if he would have picked up, I'd have been like, "Hey, Brent, I am live right now. Be careful what you say." I would have gave him that courtesy. I wouldn't be like, "Hey, Brent, so how's it going, man? What you been up to?" I wouldn't like, I do that to anybody. That's just not cool, right? You see, I got you. I added it to the No Brent Fund. Henry, make us stay resilient, bitch. Oh man, to stay resilient, man. It's hard to stay resilient, man.
Stay resilient.
Stay resilient, bitch.
I was there.
Oh, you were there? Oh, someone told me that I was, because Henry's not the only one who hides his number. There are other people, so I don't know who's calling me. But I was, I found out later that he was calling me while he was streaming, and it's kind of like, I'm not your clown. I deserve some respect, and I'm not clamoring to come back on channels that disrespect me. And I heard that he was saying that, Brent could pay money to come back. I mean, I paid for his trip to Ranger Stop, and I'm not asking for special benefits. I'm just being asked to be treated with respect, and for Henry to say that I'm banning you, but it's just business. It's nothing personal. I mean, that's not too much to ask. But if he wants to continue his arrogance.
Hold on.
I wasn't just a nobody on the show. I was helping Henry build his channel, just like Brent does. Except I wasn't going to be a clown for nobody, Renee. And they're trying to paint it like I'm some grifter taking the money from Henry Cord, because all the people that donated to the movie so far were people in Henry Cord. So Henry felt like he had to shoot that out the sky. Like I'm some grifter. Except I wasn't going to be a clown for nobody, Renee. And they're trying to paint it like I'm some grifter taking the money from Henry Cord, because all the people that donated to the movie so far were people in Henry Cord. So Henry felt like he had to shoot that out the sky.
Sometimes, man, people are more alike than they're different. You know, sometimes they're more alike than they're different.
With respect, and for Henry to say that I'm banning you, but it's just business, it's nothing personal. I mean, that's not too much to ask. But if he wants to continue his arrogance, that's on him. And so yeah, and it's funny that his phone number is private, so I couldn't even know if it was him or not. But if I found out that he was calling me during stream, so basically I was gonna be speaking on the stream. Basically, I'm being used for content, but my
bro, I mean, everyone who speaks on stream is being used for content, man. Hey, I'm being used for content right now.
It's just kind of, it's a weird situation, and most people will not put up with it. Right, and it's kind of like I'm not getting a cut of this, which is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's kind of like it's disrespectful, and
what the fuck, bro? It's disrespectful that he's not getting a cut, man.
Right, and it's kind of like I'm not getting a cut of this, which is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's kind of like it's disrespectful. And if Henry I feel like any phone call from him, it's kind of like it should be an apology. But if he doesn't want, like, to be clear, if he doesn't want to apologize, that's fine. Like, I'm not crying to come back. Like, that's not. But it's kind of like he's great entertainment. He knows how to entertain a crowd, and he's doing great work with Aaron. But it's kind of like you're being disrespectful to. I'm being like, my opinions are not so out of line with the content that you are pushing. Like, I am allowed to have an opinion on a police report, on a toxicology report. This is not something that I would discuss on other platforms, because I would not go up to Jenna's booth and bring up these.
Bro, you were on another platform talking about how Jenna shouldn't be doing cons. You were doing that. Wow, like I think one of her friends was in the audience or whatever.
The police report, it's inappropriate. But when Henry brings it up, it becomes fair game. And I feel that what Henry's, it's disrespectful. But again, if he wants to continue to say it's economics, man, if he wants to justify his behavior as business, that's his prerogative. But I'm not going to go back on there if I'm not wanted. And so that's my position. And if he wants to call me, not because he's on stream and I'm going to be used as like I'm like some sort of like clown where it has to be sincere, but I'm not expecting that from him because, he has his ways.
Can I ask a question going back to the whole getting a cut of the stuff that he made off of you right now? Basically, so I've been told you're pretty well off. Do you really need a cut though? Because it seems like you do pretty well for yourself. I don't know what
it doesn't matter if I'm poor, rich, whatever. It's about the principle, and it's not about that. It's about treating me with respect. Like, I've been nothing but respectful to Henry. Did I accuse him of lying about Walter? Yes.
Dude, I don't care about him doing that. Like, he not banned because of that. By Oya Man, salute to you, man. Oya Man contributed to the ban Brent Fund. I got it in the list. By Brent's logic, I need a cut of the money because my comments have been on your stream and they were used for content. Facts. Remember when Oya Man was on fire? He was on fire one day, just like he couldn't be stopped. He was like having an outer body comment experience, and everyone was loving it. People were picking up on it, man. He was like, "Oh yeah, I've been watching a while, man. I just decided to get active in the audience one day." I was like, "Holy shit!" But yeah, man. Like, man, I appreciate every one of you guys who super chat, who donate, who make memes, who make thumbnails, who manage the Discord, who give me ideas, who post content. I appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone who's done that and continue to do that and literally never asks anything from me in return. Man, that goes a long way. And some people have asked for things, not because they've done that, but I'm always happy to help the people who've helped me. I'm always like, yeah, man, sure. I whatever you need. You want me to come on? You want me to help you with? Sure, man, whatever you want. Whatever you need. As long as I'm free, as long as I'm not streaming, as long as I don't got my daughter, I got you. And that's the only way I could say thank you. But Brent, he wants a cut. Wait until I show you how much he paid for Ranger Stop.
And I stand by that. and I have the video evidence to prove it. But because Henry goes after Aaron, he says that Aaron is lying, but he is dancing around. He's avoiding the question. He's resorting to name calling, all this stuff. He's about facts over feelings, but when he is called out, it's kind of like he dances around it. It's kind of like, well, I don't like. It doesn't matter. It's not about the money. It's about the principle. And
it's about.
Do I want to cut? It would be nice if he offered it. Do I? I mean, but it's not about that. It's about the respect, and it's not there. And
this sounds like some ex-girlfriend I used to have. Like, I just want you to want to do it. Like, do you want me to do it? Well, don't you want to do it? Like,
shut up, bitch.
What the fuck? Oh man, I just want him to offer it. Do you want the money or not? I just think it would be a nice gesture. It's just be like, bro, what the fuck? What is going on, man? What is the world come to? What is it? Hates JDF. I don't even think we got to the super part where he hates JDF. Brent hates JDF. Fine. His opinions about him. Awesome. Never met him. Great. Maybe not the best idea to go into the lion's den where the man is beloved to berate him. Situational awareness equals 0. Man. Exactly. Exactly. Now look, I am happy. Thank you, again, man. I am happy to provide a platform where pretty much anyone could come up and say anything. You have freedom of speech in America, but you're not free from consequences for what you say. And this is a consequence of me allowing Brent to spew anti-JDF rhetoric time and time again, except for JDF's birthday, where I was like, dude, you're not coming up on his birthday. Whenever I do the birthday stream, that's always 100% Brent-free stream. He's allowed to be in the chat, but everyone knows at the end of the night, they don't have to worry about Brent coming up. Well, guess what? Now, because people have donated, every day is a JDF birthday type stream. Now, when JDF's birthday would come around and I would not let him on the stream, you hear nothing. There will be no complaints. No complaints. But now that he can't come up at all, this is disrespectful. I need a cut. Why does he never talk about JDFs and the cocaine? This and that complaint. Nag, 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 bitch, bitch, bitch. That's what you hear. And you like, bro, it ain't that deep. We not friends. You heard him say it from the horse's mouth. We're not a community. Acquaintances at best. Why care so much if you can't come up on an acquaintance channel? Let's keep going.
And I know he'll make a stream, another music stream. The way he edits my face, it's I don't know how he does it, but with me Brent is crying, quote unquote crying, or a crash out. That's fine. If that's how he feels, that's fine. But I feel that I've been nothing but respectful to him, and the tone that I've taken with him is consistent with how he runs his channel. So it's not about the money, it's about the principle. He says he heard the entire recording from Francis, and then he tells it's a flat out lie, because you know why I say that? Because the recording where the video where Francis is
this is the Henry lied Walter thing.
Confronts Walter at New York Comic Con. Henry's like hanging his head down when Walter, I think Walter mentions how it was made to seem like the money was for him, but Henry was the one who said that the money was for Walter's guarantee. I have it's in a video, and people lie, they make mistakes. That's fine, but
your actions have consequences. Yo, how much longer before he hates JDF part comes into play? Where is that at? Oh, there we go. We're a little bit ways away. But he absolutely hates JDF. I kind of want to skip to it. All right, but we'll keep going, because I got to show you how much Ranger Stop costs.
It's kind of like when Henry is holding Aaron accountable, which he should. Aaron's there has to be some. You can't be a hypocrite and say, "Oh well, what I said about Walter, that doesn't matter. I won't speak on it. Whatever." But
I never said that. I spoke on it. I've quadrupled at this point. I've like, what's beyond quadrupled down? What's beyond that?
when he holds Aaron accountable, it's kind of like,
And you know what's so disingenuous about Brent saying that? It was on the stream where we played I was like, you know what, let's just do this Walter thing and play every goddamn thing that Brent wanted to talk about Walter. And in the end, kind of like him with ASJ, I was like, yeah, I still think he took some of that money for himself, man. What do you want me to say? That's my personal opinion. I put the video out. Hey, this was the audio. Yeah, 100%. I think he took some of that $1,500. Look how greedy he is. Look at him. Look at his prices. You think he not a greedy guy?
Henry, he never admitted that you lied about Walter, which is okay. I say that with confidence because I have the video.
I think, like, if I would have set out to intentionally lie, that would have been an issue. I would have been like, oh yeah, I intentionally lied. No, hell no. Hell no. I didn't intentionally lie about anybody. I don't even think I accidentally lied. I think it was like, hey, this is how I remembered it. Okay, here's the facts. Here's the video. Here's everything. I didn't cut anything out to make it seem like, oh, well, let me cut the video down to fit my narrative. I'm like, oh, here it go right here. Here's subtitles. Here's context. But he's pointing out like, well, in the live stream you said this, and in the video you said that. Therefore, it's a lie. I'm just like, all right, man. Let's go.
It's indisputable. I'm sorry.
Greed.
Saw it. We came to an agreement. Like it's a lie, and that's fine. You can't get everything. Like people make mistakes, but it's kind of like he lied, and the facts over feelings. And I have the video. I can send it to you. I don't know if your email has enough. The file might be too big. I don't know, but I could show you the timestamps, and then you can watch the whole video. So you can't accuse me of out of context. But yeah, that's his channel. Henry's channel has an impact. It's growing because of how he has the backing of Tammy and Francis.
Tammy ain't been on my channel in like some years. Tammy has not been on my channel in years. Has it been a year? Maybe 2 years?
That's why the range.
Francis has been there, but sometimes we ain't even talking Power Rangers. We talking other stuff, but
that's why Aaron has to respond because Henry has a lot of credibility.
Aaron is not responding.
People watch his channel, and Henry has to get it right. He can have all the opinions he wants, but he has to make sure to get it right and not tell things that aren't true. So gotcha. That's my position.
Thank you, Cole.
All right, let's skip ahead. Emails to Brent, ASJ. Let's skip to Brent hating JDF. Okay? Like he tries to we'll go back to the 45 minutes. Hates JDF. This is the segment.
You as being like a Jason David Frank hater. And that's what
a hater. Okay,
a hater.
Well, I mean, that's
do you hate Jason? That's a simple question. Do you
no, I mean I don't hate, but the thing
10 toes down, what are you looking for, Henry? Funny guy. Yes, guys, I stream with no pants.
Is so I expressed an opinion that people don't like, and they call it hating. That's fine. I mean, if that's what they want to call it.
Now let's rewind it back where he talks about how he never met JDF. All right.
Okay.
A hater.
Well, I mean, that's.
Do you hate Jason? That's a simple question. Do you
no,
hate Jason?
I mean I don't hate, but the thing is, so I expressed an opinion that people don't like, and they call it hating. That's fine. I mean, if that's what they want to call it.
Did you like Jason David Frank as a person? Did you like him at all? Or did you not like him?
I never met him, but when I express opinions about
keep that in mind. He never met him.
Some of the videos, like some of the interviews he's done, I've expressed disagreements, and people call it hating, which is fine.
Everyone in the chat's like, no, he hates him. Everyone's like, he hates Jason. Everyone in the chat's going on.
And I don't know why people take such interest in that. I mean, I think they understand why. I mean, my opinion might have some credibility. I don't know. But it's kind of like, why is it such a big deal? I don't understand it. We're here to express opinions as well. I mean.
Okay, well, apparently I have to ask you this. Did you tell Henry?
This is my missed opportunity. This is my missed opportunity right here.
Resilient that you hate Jason David Frank. Ask the questions. Yes,
I hate him. I said I don't like him for stuff he said, but they say that I absolutely hate him. I don't think I've said. I mean, I don't remember saying flat out. I absolutely hate. I don't remember saying that.
Look, look. It's things I could prove that I actually have audio of, and things I don't. But my opinion is he absolutely hates JDF. And if I would have had the proof going into the live stream, I would have sprung a trap for him. But based on my word, and he can weasel his way out of accountability.
Well, let's ask
I said I don't like him for the stuff that he said, but it's like absolute hate. I don't think so. I mean,
well, the question came from Henry. So I guess Are you saying yes or no? Did you tell Henry Resilient that you hated Jason David Frank? Yes or no? Is what the question is.
Yes or no? I mean, he's doing this with me. Wow.
See, hey, he didn't answer a yes or no question right away. That should give you like pause for concern. And then he'll say, "Well, I don't remember saying it."
Henry. He wants a yes or no. He wants a yes or no. And I think he's asking because he knows the answer. He just wants to see if you are going to give the correct answer. So I
don't think I've ever said I hate him. I don't know, and why. I don't know why. That is such a big deal. I've said I don't like him for the stuff that he said in like interviews and stuff, but absolutely hate. I don't know what. I don't think I've said that absolute hate. No, I don't think so.
I should have been like, "Did you say fuck JDF?" I wish I would have, but I did. I just said, "Did you say you absolutely fucking hate JDF?" Which I want to say he said that to me. Can I prove it? No, because Brent is the type of guy. If you can't prove it, it didn't happen. He's not the guy to say, "Oh, I would never say anything like that." That's how you know, like.
So the answer is no. You never told Henry you hated Jason. The answer is no, is what you're saying.
I mean, if you're gonna put a yes or no, I mean, I don't remember saying that. No.
That's a very interesting answer.
Right,
so
because
my thought process is like, I think process of that is like, at some point, yeah, you must have said it to Henry.
Well, then why doesn't Henry provide the proof then?
See,
I think that's why he's asking, because he's going.
He'd probably if he hasn't. I said I don't like him. I've said that before.
I want to say I have the proof, but you have to remember, I've spoken to Brent for thousands of hours on stream, off stream. It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
I know I have. If he wants to equate that to hate, then okay, that's fine. Then the answer is yes. If not saying that you don't like someone is equal to hate, then, but the word hate, I don't remember saying that.
Apparently, the quote was, "I fucking hate JDF." That was apparently the quote.
No, I don't remember saying that.
Was it facts over feelings? Feelings over facts?
Well, I don't remember saying that. I mean, I do remember saying that I don't like him for the stuff that he said,
but I can't prove it. Like, I'll literally have to like go through everything, and I'm just not
like in interviews. But I do remember that. But fucking hate, ooh, that's kind of extreme. But
damn, I mean, if you said that, that's. I mean, hey, who am I to judge? You hate who you hate. You like who you like.
But where's that proof?
Well, I'm sure Henry will present it.
Okay, he'll present it. Go ahead.
He'll present it. I'm sure he will. I'm laughing because I'm like, as soon as I saw that question, I'm like, okay, I know the answer.
Well, because I present proof to Henry and he ignores it. So, why? I mean,
okay.
So
anyone out there, kids or anyone, when you leave a show, please give written notice.
Fuck him.
When you leave.
Hey, do not.
I know.
This was in preparation for the Brent stream. He knew I was recording. I'd said it was behind the scenes. He had a live stream so he could watch it. This is the way I was presenting content because I was just using a laptop. All right. This was an unlisted stream. And this is what he said. This is after JDF passed. All that good stuff. I was hoping it was the effing hate JDF. But I couldn't find that one. But I did find this one.
Well, why? I mean,
so anyone out there, kids or anyone, when you leave a show, please give written notice.
Fuck him.
When you leave.
Hey, do not.
I know. I know.
I'll kick you off stream. If
anyone out there, kids or anyone, when you leave a show, please give written notice.
Fuck him.
We were going over what he wanted to present for the Brent stream. And I had to let him know, like, look, man, you can have your feelings, but if you say that shit during stream, I'm kicking you off. And I got to be respectful of, my audience and of Jason and of his family. I'll kick you off stream. If
anyone out there, kids or anyone, when you leave a show, please give written notice.
Fuck him.
When you leave.
Hey, do not. Now, keep in mind, he never met JDF. So why does Brent hate JDF so much? Because he lends so much credibility to Walter, Austin, and Karen Ashley at the time. So they filled his head with all these stories about JDF. So now he's biased strongly against it. Remember, at some point in time, sometimes he considered Walter treats him like a friend. I can't imagine the same thing goes for ASJ. And remember, him and Karen used to be very cool prior to the Ranger Stop incident. So when he's on this stream, he's like, F JDF. Now, he said a lot of colorful things during this. Not just about JDF, but also about Jenna. You know, like people think that it's like maybe some new opinion that Brent has of Jenna doing conventions. That's 100% not true. He's had that opinion. This goes back as far as 2023.
The Henry, and he ignores it. So, well, why? I mean, so
Anyone out there, kids or anyone, when you leave a show, please give written notice.
Fuck him.
When you leave.
Hey, do not.
I know. I know.
I'll kick you off stream if
Anyone out there, kids or anyone, when you leave a show, please give written notice.
Fuck him.
When you leave.
There you go. If this ain't hate, I don't know what it is, but I wish I had him saying everything I said quoted, because now he's going to be like, well, I didn't say what Henry said I said, so Henry must be lying because he can't prove it. And I'm just like, ugh, I hate that. The correct response is I would never say anything like that, but he can't. I don't think he in good conscience could say he never would say anything like that. He just said, can you prove it? It happens, man. It happens to the best of you, but this is Brent Uncut.
Fuck him.
When you leave.
And all he's saying is, hey, when you leave a show, give notice. And guess what? Who do you think put in his head that, hey, JDF backstabbed everybody? It had to be what? Walter, Austin.
Henry, and he ignores it. So, well, why? I mean, so
Anyone out there, kids or anyone, when you leave a show, please give written notice.
fuck him.
When you leave.
Hey, do not.
I know. I know.
I'll kick you off stream if
Anyone out there, kids or anyone, when you leave a show, please give written notice.
Fuck him.
When you leave.
Hey, do not.
I know. I know.
I'll kick you off stream if you say that shit.
In fairness, Shay, I've never met Aaron, and I'm not fond of him either. I've never met Aaron, and there are people you can kind of not like people if you never met them. I mean,
And if you equated the hate, then I guess you could say you answer the question yes. I mean,
I don't like Aaron. I do not like Aaron Schoenke. I think what he's doing, and how he's using, if anyone's using Jason right now, it's definitely Aaron Schoenke.
That's
I
a
think
truthful
that's
statement.
my opinion, that he's using Jason more than anyone is right now, especially since he's got that last film that Jason was in. I feel like he's holding it for freaking ransom.
Yeah, for fan donation, because the hype, but the hype will die down because for a film to take 5 years, that's just simply unacceptable. I don't want to hear your excuses.
Brent, did you
because
hear the
most films take at most 3 years, maybe, from start to finish at most. Avatar, the only reason that there's such a decades gap between the first and second movie is because the story was written, but they didn't start production it wasn't to take a decade to produce the movie. It's just the writing, and they made 2 outstanding movies from Avatar. But this is a different situation. Aaron is just using this film to get donations, because once that movie's released, people will stop caring about him. But he's using that movie to raise money because he thinks that Power Rangers fans are, a lot of them, they don't know. But I think most people will see through what he's doing.
Did you see his new attempt to get more money for a comic book now before he's even released the film? Did you see that?
I think I saw it was like a Kickstarter, a new Kickstarter with stretch goals. I think I'm not sure if that's the right one. I think I saw that. Yeah, he's very condescending. He's a piece of work. This Aaron guy, very he diminished my opinion of him because I was passionate or whatever when he came on Henry's channel, but. Yeah, he thinks he thinks he's a know-it-all, but I think people will know who he really is, and yeah, people will know the real Aaron. And if the movie's not released by this year, I think he's
sources say it's coming out on Tubi September 4th. You heard it here first.
Done because it was the color correction, whatever is done, and what are we waiting for? You know?
What the hell have you been up to, really, since your banishment?
Now, look at this, right? This is the question. What have you been up to since banishment, right? Now, he is going to backdoor the stream. He's going to keep the focus back on the stream. Nothing about what he's been doing, just on the stream, just on the drama he's been involved with. This is what he does. Just watch. What have you been since getting banned?
From Henry's, like, what is Brent's world been looking like without the Henry Resilient?
Oh my God. Henry's channel is entertainment. He's very entertaining. It's I've been asked this question by other people who he's very entertaining. He asks the tough questions. Do I disagree with some of the stuff that he does? Absolutely. But that's just the nature of, you take the good and the bad. And Henry there's both.
Well, apparently all of y'all in the audience are scared of me, so there's that.
And he's holding Aaron accountable. Nobody else will do that. These Power Rangers actors, they're untouchable to a lot of fans. And I'm not going to say that all these Power Rangers actors, they're evil people or whatever, but it's kind of like, you have to know that.
I put the cursor from the color purple on y'all ninjas.
They do conventions for your money. That's one of the main reasons that they do conventions. They ask for donations through Kickstarters because they want to make money off the fans. And it's kind of like, you can't trust them too much. And I think Henry holds these people accountable. And that's why I made an appearance on his channel, because although I disagree with a lot of stuff that he does, I agree with how he's not afraid to hold at least most of them accountable. And
he say most of it because he's like, you didn't hold JDF accountable. I'm like, bro, he gone, man. He gone. What do you want me to do, man? He gone.
My participation on that channel has been to the detriment of my experience at cons, but I don't.
Hold on. I didn't catch this on my first listen. Hold on. Let's let him go.
How he's not afraid to hold at least most of them accountable. And my participation on that channel has been to the detriment of my experience at cons, but I don't regret it at all. Because I said that I go on Henry's channel, Karen's friend Christy confronted me and had me surrounded by, had blocked off the exits and confronted me as a result of my participation on Henry's channel. Karen actually is shouting at me on the con floor, accusing me of privately recording her. And people have come to my defense, and they have felt the consequences of defending me. That's how I feel. Stephanie, Dana, and Jeremy, they've been banned from Ranger Stop Atlanta because I feel that because of them defending me. And all of this is due to me participating on Henry's channel. But it's kind of like, you take the good and the bad. And what Henry is doing is, in the case of Aaron, is good because he's putting pressure on Aaron to release the movie.
Bro, he a victim. He's a guys. He's a victim of his own, of him coming on my channel has turned him into a victim. It has changed his con experience, and he don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What are we going to do? How can we as a community come together and fix Brent's convention experience? Because this is not right. This is not right. All right. Let's keep it going.
I feel like if you didn't put any pressure on Aaron, then Aaron would just say, oh, I'm doing color correction. I'm doing some sound mix.
Cole says, it's fans like Brent that made the Ranger actors think they're untouchable. Damn. Profound. It's fans like Brent that made the Rangers actors think they are untouchable in the first place. The lack of self-awareness is mind-boggling. God damn, man.
That's a truthful statement.
Think about it, right? Austin St. John knows Brent's seen every piece of evidence against him. Think about it. And guess what? Despite all that evidence, despite the Hitler shirts, despite making fun of a gay person, despite all, hey, people don't have the wisdom to see it. the vision. Despite all that, he still has Brent's support in a major way. So if I'm ASJ, I'm like, look at this guy. He know I said I wanted to make Hitler shirts. He know I made fun of gay people. He know my manager is happy JDF is gone. He know I tried to steal from the government. He know all that shit about me. And guess what? When I'm at conventions, guess who's in my goddamn line? My number one fan who knows all my dirt. And he's still here supporting me. I need 1,000 Brents in every city. Damn. Cole with the $5 banger. Oh, man. Diabolical. Oh, my God. Jesus. Oh, man. Cole has a great way of seeing the bigger picture. He looks at it way different than everybody else, man. Salute to you, Cole. Seeing straight through Brent. Damn. Let's keep it going.
Saying, color correction again. We want to make it right for Jason. It's just a bunch of he's fundraising.
This is life after Henry, not all the shit Henry's covered.
Off of the fans, and he's looking for that the best deal possible.
Damn, did I talk in the third person like Rican? God damn, man. They rubbing off on me, guys. They rubbing off on me.
But he just needs to release it on Tubi or whatever, and then take his losses. So, to answer your question, yeah, I mean, I don't really, I'm not clamoring to come back, but if he apologizes to me, then maybe it's a different story. But I'm not really concerned or clamoring to come back on that channel, especially when I'm not wanted there.
Gotcha. So. Shay asked the question. Ask him if he's afraid for people he called out to talk on your stream. That was a question for you.
For the people he called out to talk on your stream, I've already talked to them.
See, like, here's the thing, right? The reason why people want to talk to him is because that goddamn More Phenomenal Crash Show got deleted. Or whatever. They holding on to like what was the guy from Lord of the Rings with their Precious? That's what they holding on to. Hey, it's their choice, their content, their choice. But that's why people like, no one got to see that. The world didn't get to see Brent cry as he was hurt that I, a non-friend, an associate at best, would accept money for his band on coming up. Why would he care so much? Because he cared, guys.
When they ambushed me on a stream, I addressed all of them. I could have easily told them, what you're doing is so inappropriate to come on a stream where the topic is Star Wars and to confront me out of the blue, like to ambush me, is so inappropriate. I chose to confront them because it's going to come up again. So I've already addressed them, a lot of these same issues. And so I don't need to do it again. I really don't. Because quite frankly, what they did was so inappropriate that the owner of the channel, I think he deleted the stream because it was so inappropriate what they were doing. But I chose to address them because I knew that if I go on channels like this, that question that Shay...
It's deleted from y'all. They still got that shit. You know the messed up thing about it? After I was like ignored severely by the channel owner, they watched it again and I still didn't hear from them. And then I literally got someone like, you ever been pissed on and someone told you it's raining? Has that ever happened to you? You ever get pissed on and someone tells you it's raining? It's a hard pill to swallow, but it was even harder to swallow when the person is trying to tell you, yes, I understand it looks like piss. It tastes like piss. It smells like piss, but it's rain. And it's not the owner. I'm like, bro, you don't see this? I know what it looks like, man. I'm just like, okay. Either you too scared to call them out or you truly indeed think it's raining. Either way, it is what it is. And then it was like, oh, we're going to give it to you. And then, oh, well, Dust sent this message. So since Dust sent this message, we're not giving it to you now. I was like, I just didn't want to give it in the first place. The first time y'all had like something that I didn't get on my own, which normally I acquire it, but it was just a sheer coincidence of things happen that transpired that allowed me where I didn't get it right away. And I'm like, well, I'm cool with these people. We got a good relationship. Sure, I promo them. I've never really asked for anything in return. Surely when I make this ask, it'd be yes, no questions asked, right?
Nope.
It was like, that's life, man. But a piece of me is happy the way it happened because you get to see people's true color. You get to see what, people think of you. And I'm just like, wow, it's eye opening. It's eye opening. Everything happened for a reason.
Pros would come up, and I already addressed them. So it would be a repeat of what I already discussed on that more phenomenal extra 3. So it nothing would change. I mean, it'd be just a repeat. And it would, quite frankly, it'd be somewhat, it would be somewhat cringe. So I don't know if you'd want to.
I think he gets triggered by people. Like, it's easy to talk the reality because it's like relatively zero pushback as she's being nice or whatever you want to call it. But other people would not be so nice. Francis would not be so nice. And I don't think he bodes well with that type of confrontation.
Witness that.
Well, apparently all the lives, they said all the lives are gone. Brent Henry said there will never be any apologies.
Never.
Oh,
I
really?
think y'all need to talk.
Oh,
talk about what? He had every opportunity to.
Really? There's no be apology. Okay, if this is the approach. Look, I understand where his position is. It's economics. He could be bought. So when someone presents him money, then he can do whatever he wants. It's his channel. That's the approach that he chooses to take.
Now, yeah, hell yeah, I'd take that shit.
I've heard the same reasoning where in other people's personal lives, where the wife or the husband.
What? Look, this is where he went off the rails. He's equating what I'm doing to him, or however you want to interpret it, as husband and wife. This is someone who doesn't even see me as a friend.
They cheat or they file for divorce. They said it's all about the money, and if that's their right to take that approach.
Damn.
I don't know. Broke up for good. That was never a break. I don't know what that is, but
meaning basically because you guys were cool and now you're not. So
it's because of how Henry handled this ban or whatever. He refuses to say that he's the one that banned me, even though he's the owner of the channel. I don't know why he would do that, because he doesn't want to be on record that he banned me, and then that would threaten his viewership. I don't know.
Dude, I think it's been widely known that you're off the channel for economic purposes. And it's looking like if everyone holds true, you'll be off the channel for 2026.
That's speculation, but regardless, I've been nothing but my comments, my commentary, my opinions have been in line with the information that he presents on his channel. Talking about toxicology, all the topics that Henry has presented on his channel. He asked me my opinion, and I answered it. I don't know. So when I present my own opinion, I don't know what's the big deal. But yeah, Henry, if he wants to, he doesn't want to apologize. That's his right. I'm not going to clamor to come back on his channel. If he wants to take the approach, that's his prerogative. If he wants to say it's economics, if other people question why he's doing it, and he says it's economics, so that somehow justifies disrespectful behavior, that's his right. I'm not
disrespect, man. How many times have people been in the back that didn't come up? Like, never did anyone say, "Hey, you disrespected me. I was in the back and I didn't come up."
Sleep.
Think about Drew. Sometimes Drew hit the link way late, and I'd be like, "Dog, I didn't even see you back there. My bad." He never "Oh, you disrespected me. I didn't get to come up tonight."
We're not joining his channel. I'm not looking to join his channel. People on his channel are looking to hear my opinion on your channel. It seems like to be the other way around. So I find that quite funny. But yeah.
God damn.
It's true. Like, why they want an answer wanted to pay you to ban me, and yet he's still on here, or he was on here on this channel listening to my opinion. All these people who don't like me, they want to hear my opinion, because
I don't think they want to hear your opinion. I think they enjoy the dumpster fire.
I'm speculating,
and I think some people hold out hope that you'll start accepting reality that, like, look, man, Austin St. John intentionally set out to defraud the government. But I don't know if that day will ever come.
My opinion has some sway over disputing the message that's brought on Henry's channel, and that's great, I guess. I mean,
I would say
because Rican was brought back, right? He was allowed back on the channel.
Yeah, but he was like, but see, that's the thing. He was pretty much banned by Henry. Like that wasn't a viewer choice. It was a Henry said, nah, I don't want you back on, and he blocked him from the chat as well. You're not blocked from the chat. You just can't call in.
No, but he was brought back after he was banned, was he? Right, but he did, you know, I pushed back on that. What I would say to that is that I would own it. I said, yes, I'm banning you, but it's business. I don't take it personal. But
I mean, I've said that plenty of times, but he don't hear it.
Henry refuses to say that he banned me.
I mean, it's not a ban. I don't see it as a ban
from speaking on his channel. I asked during the quote unquote crash out, this question I asked repeatedly with Francis that something along the lines of is Henry banning me from his channel? And they kept saying they didn't answer the question. So it's kind of like there's a difference. And Henry knows this, and he's doing it to grow his channel. And
oh my God. Guys, think about this, right? Think about this. I'm banning him to grow my channel. If he delivers such fire content, don't you think me not having him on my channel would make it suffer? Don't you think? You don't think that, hey, he been banned for a while. Let's go to the ban list. He been banned since April 21st. Or maybe March 21st. March 21st, he been banned. Since then, I've gained over 1,500 subscribers. Is the ban due to me blocking him, or maybe the Aaron Schoenke content actually catching a little bit of fire?
And from that perspective, I understand it, but it's still disrespectful. But I'm not going to go on other channels and talk about, oh, Henry he banned me from speaking on his channel. No. I'm not clamoring to come back. But if he has the good sense to apologize, then I may be open to it. But he said no apologies, then that's his right. And I'm not gonna.
I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at what you're saying. I'm just laughing because when I asked the question of Brent or Rican, people say Rican. I'm like, y'all are wrong for that.
I think from an entertainment value, Rican offers more entertainment. Rican offers more clips because they're so out there. I think when Brent comes on, people just naturally just shake their head. But at least Rican is like an unbelievable character.
Oh, they're so wrong.
You know why they're saying Rican? Because he's easy to oppose. Some of the stuff he's saying is quite appalling, to be honest. But what I'm saying, it's tougher because
you got my name in your mouth, you fucking clown. If you want to fuck me, Henry, just say that, bro.
You got shit like that.
Saying opinion, like when I say an opinion, it might not be popular, but it's not like appalling or outrageous. Some of the stuff Rican's saying is kind of like, whoa.
I think the crash outs for him are a little bit more entertaining. I get it. Like it is
the entertainment.
Yeah, because it's easy to right. And I saw what he wrote, and it's kind of like I saw this at PMC. You talk a big game.
Rican playlists have more views than Brent.
That's a truthful statement.
Think about that. And I've been clipping Brent way longer. Think about that.
Behind a keyboard on Discord. But when you see me in person, the energy it's not there. I'm not going to name names. I'm not in the mood to name names this time, but it's kind of like the energy is not there. And I'm not saying that I want that, but it's kind of like, in a civil manner, explain to me why you think I'm a quote unquote loser. But when you're in person, there's a different level of accountability. That's why I dismiss those comments as being keyboard warriors. And it's just, you brush it off. But I do appreciate, Ray, that when you invite someone to come on the show.
Here we go. You got to kiss Ray's ass for not. I mean, like, it is commendable, though. If she did make an agreement not to let anyone else up, then that's what it's going to be. And I'm sure, like, when he go back to more phenomenal, that's what it's going to be.
There's a different level of expectation. So when I present certain opinions, you can't accuse me of saying, why you keep talking about something. Now, if I demanded to come on your channel, there's different expectation. You could say, well, yeah, Brent needs to stop talking about certain things. But when I'm invited, there's a different level of expectation. Yeah, Brent's being asked about certain things. He's just repeating what he said previously, but he's being asked. So at least you understand that difference. Apparently some people don't. So it's kind of like, so why are you paying to ban me? If you want to come up on Henry's channel, then why are you paying to ban me? Yet you want
punishment.
To come on this channel. It's just kind of, I'm just kind of confused. Like,
well,
right. It's just kind of like, show the proof. Like, if I'm lying, show the proof. And if the proof is there,
that's
then
why they wanted to come on to show the proof.
Well, then they can go on Henry's channel. You know, that's that like. And these same people are okay with me being banned on that channel. If I wasn't banned, if they never paid to ban me in the first place, they would have plenty of opportunity to do that. But now they want to do that.
Is it true you want some of Henry profits?
I'm reading this. Is it true that you want some of Henry's super profits? The way this wording is, would I be appreciative if he did? Yes.
Oh, just box out Mr. Super Chat. I'm gonna get to it.
Thank you everybody who's ever come up and never asked for a super chat or a piece of the profits, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for everyone who donated, man, who never asked me for shit in return.
But do I expect it? No. But as a courtesy, as a basic respect, because he's using my actual presence as a threat to raise money. And I know people might say, well, might push back on that, but what
she want her cut. Oh man, shout out to people like Eric Pershaw, big supporter of the channel. Never asked for nothing. Not once.
I'm saying is that
now when I say that is because it's going to pale in comparison when you see how much he paid for Ranger Stop. I'm going to show you the receipts. It's just like we got like 3 minutes till we get to it.
The threat of me coming back to the channel, speaking on the channel, is being used to raise money. My actual presence is being. You can make as much content as you want, and I don't expect any profit. But he's using my actual presence to raise money. The threat of my presence speaking on that channel, he's using that to raise money. It's not just using me as content, like the things I say on other channels as content. There is a difference, and so this wording, I know the wording.
Bro, imagine if I said, "Hey guys, if y'all give me $1, Will Smith won't be on my channel." Do y'all think people would donate, or they'd be like, "Oh, well, we don't think Will Smith's gonna be on your channel anyway, man."
It's very interesting, but
like Brent cannot fathom that this is punishment. This is, as you said, actions have consequences. He doesn't see it that way.
Would it be nice if he offered as a courtesy? Yes, but do I expect it? No, not especially not from Henry. Especially when he takes the
Winzilla reboot. What up, man? Where you been? How's the toy reviews? Rican and Brent are characters that let this all go to their heads because they believe they are something. Because you, oh man, Winzilla, god damn, bro.
God damn. Let him cook.
God damn. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh man.
That's a truthful statement.
You know what it is? Brent he started getting recognized at conventions from my stream. And I've been there. I've seen it only one time, but I imagine it's everywhere. When he was at the pinnacle of coming on stream week in and week out, and me clipping him week in and week out. And he go to these conventions and the people stare. It's like, is that guy who was on the Henry stream? Because you don't see me at conventions. You won't ever see me at a convention. If you do, I won't be wearing any Resilient stuff. I was tempted to go to a big one in my city. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to a big one in my city or anything like that. So there's that. Rican and Brent are characters, man. They believe. Wait. Rican and Brent are characters that let this all go to their head because they believe they are something because you gave them 5 minutes to talk. Man, god damn, I know that has to cut deep. You can't tell me that ain't cutting deep. And guess what? You know who else been on the channel? Winzilla been on the channel. Winzilla been on the channel. We talked about the order. We talked about it. All right, let's get back to it.
It's economics, man. Approach. I don't expect it, and I'm not going to lose sleep if I don't get any money from it. But anybody could sign a document. I know what answers.
Look, man, he keep going back to this. ASJ just signed a document, dog. It was way more than that. They had way more than just his signature on a document.
Or whoever this juice box. What he's referring. There's a disclaimer when. Okay, so there's a disclaimer when you sign wire transfers. Any wire transfer, you are taking a huge risk, if you don't know who you're sending the money to.
He knew them. He knew all of them, man. What are you talking about?
Now
They had meetings about how we're like how we about to defraud the government. Meetings.
I am of the opinion. So did he sign that wire transfer? Absolutely. I never disputed this. Does that mean he intended to defraud the government? My opinion is that's not enough proof. That's just my opinion. I've repeated this many times.
That's not enough proof. Oh, hey, thank goodness Brent wouldn't have been on the jury, man. Goddamn. Brent was never held accountable for his actions and is mad someone is finally holding him to a standard. Wasn't told no until 2024, 2025.
That's a truthful statement.
Send it.
And if you want to keep discussing this, then we're going to keep going in circles because I've already addressed this. If I send a wire transfer to, like, if you sign, go to a bank and you sign the document to wire transfer someone, and then they end up committing fraud, that's a risk you're taking. And to answer that question, or that super chat, that's just my opinion. And you could say, well,
shout out to Co again. Brent made an interesting point about people not caring about White Dragon despite JDF. It's run its course, man. People just lose interest because all of the delays, sort of like not appearing on a certain live stream. He got him. He got him. He got him with the reverse Uno card, man. Cole is cutting Brent down to size. With each Cole is just like he is cutting him down to size. Each donation. Brent made an interesting point about people not caring about White Dragon despite JDF. People just lose interest because all of the delays. Sort of like not appearing on a certain live stream for months. People stop caring. Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's a truthful statement.
Like, could you imagine, like, when Brent goes from getting recognized at conventions to not recognized at all? How much that may hurt his ego? How much that humble pie may taste to him?
I'm feeling as though you can say that all you want. You can repeat it. I don't know why you're so concerned about my opinion. I just don't understand this obsession with my opinion, especially when I'm banned from speaking on Henry. You encourage people banning me from speaking on Henry's channel. I don't know why these people come up here and are so concerned about my opinion about this. I don't understand it.
It's like, I think he thinks people are there for his opinion, and maybe some are. That definitely could be true. But at the end of the day, him and Rican both are locals. 100%. And maybe Reality can actually cam up and come on stream in about 30 minutes.
But yeah,
I was gonna say, Henry just offered you the money from the Ranger stop trip.
Oh, now okay. So
this is what I want to talk about the most.
2 years later, okay.
2 years later. 2 years later. Now look, I thought he was offering the Ranger stop because remember, it wasn't my idea. Out of the kindness of his heart. Like, hey, yeah, man, I just want you to meet Walter. He's an awesome guy, and we could talk about ABC. Because remember, I don't go to convention, guys. That shit's not my scene. I'd much rather be live streaming, making content than at Ranger Stop.
Because he knows he knows that what he's doing is inappropriate.
No. The reason I wanted to pay him back is because it's annoying with this guy holding this shit over my head. Now, remember, hold on. This was his idea. All right. This was his idea for me to go to Ranger Stop. Not mine. His idea. So how much did Ranger Stop cost? All right. Look at the flights. Flights, round trip, $80. $80 because he got special discounts through Frontier. So the flight that he paid for, $80. Now, keep in mind, what else? Hotel, 2 nights, $245. So now you're talking 70. Let's get accurate numbers up here. 77.96 plus 245. We're talking 322. Now, my ticket to get in the Ranger stop probably was what, $80, $70 or whatever. So let's just say $400 total. Sorry. About $400 total is what he paid for me to go to Ranger stop. Not in 2024, not in 2025. I believe we are talking circa 2023. $400. Now, mind you, there were some stipulations. Had to be within 1 hour prior to the convention closing, which he voided this one because we got to ask Walter all of these things, right? And I honored the contract. I honored it. Now, like I said, it was sacrifice on both ends. I didn't say, hey, Brent, can you pay for this? He said, hey, I want to pay for this. Will you accept my offer? Will you accept it? And I accepted it. I said, I was going to take my daughter, but I was like, I'm not going to take my daughter because I had my daughter that weekend. So initially I turned it down. And then he offered tickets for not just me, my daughter, and a chaperone. And then tickets to SeaWorld for me, my daughter, and a chaperone. And 2 nights at a hotel for me, my daughter, and a chaperone. Now, if I was like some greedy, advantageous guy, like, I'm going to do that. And we going to have a ball. And I thought about it. I was like, man, this is just like, I treated it like a work trip for like the company I work for. Okay, I'm going to get in Friday. Saturday is go time. Sunday, I'm out. And that's exactly what I did. Got in Friday night. Saturday convention. Sunday, I'm out. Now, he did offer to give me $100 to forego the second night of the hotel. He was like, because, the way Brent travels, he gorilla with it. He'll sleep in the airport. He like, hotel. I'm going to fly in Saturday and I'm going to fly out Sunday morning. And I'm going to fly in, get a hotel for 1 day and fly out next day. I'll stay at the hotel. I don't need 2 days. Stuff like that. Oh, Ranger tickets for a single day are $37 with tax included. All right, so we're talking less than $400. We're talking $245 plus 77 plus 77 plus 37. And it was just regular entry. It wasn't like no VIP. So we talking $359. $359. Hey, I appreciate it. Now, guess what? Did it cost me money? Did I upgrade the flights? Yes. Did I get a carry-on or all that good stuff? Yes. It was, hey, man, I appreciate the gesture. I went out there. I honored your contract. I honored the terms and conditions. And there we go. Did he force you? Did he buy food for you? No, I had to buy my own food. All right. No per diem. I should have been like, hey. I'm a guest. I'm a guest at the Brent Pham convention. I need a per diem. It's like, I was like, no, man, I'm there. Appreciate the room. Appreciate the flight. I upgraded the flight to and from there. And that was it. So him holding this goddamn Ranger stop over my head, I was like, please, sir, Ranger stop. I really want to go. Can you help a brother out? That was not the goddamn case at all. And I just this is what you have to worry about as a content creator. And God forbid, I hope no one else who donates does this. It would turn me off. I hope you give because you want to give, not because you give because you want to be like, hey, remember when you were broke? Remember this, Henry? Remember this? And the time where I needed you guys the most. When I was broke. When your bitch ass was about to lose custody and I fucking super chatted you, dog. Remember that shit? You should thank me for being in your daughter's life. Because I super chatted when you couldn't afford your goddamn legal fees. Hopefully y'all don't do that, but you never know, man. Why would Brent want money from the Henry chat when he says he has deep pockets too? He said he wanted the gesture. The gesture would be nice. The gesture would be nice. You'd be like,
Shut up, bitch.
ain't offering you shit.
If you were to ask just random people, at work or wherever, and you do that, even if I didn't pay for his trip to Ranger Stop, that be what Henry is doing. It's ridiculous. It's disrespectful, and he knows it, but he feels he can get away with it, and it's just not right what he's doing. And I know there's other people who feel the same way, but are afraid to speak out about it because I feel it's just inappropriate, and we'll just leave it at that. And whether he offers or not, I'm really not concerned because it was
fair use. Make sure I say fair use and shit, man. You know, I don't want people to backdoor me.
It was a gift, and I did it not out of generosity. And for Henry to get informed to ask the Rangers about what, about the different situations, of us about the PPP thing, Walter about whatever he wanted to ask.
Hey, you gotta say fair use, man. A friend today, they'd be fucking Brent Pham at me tomorrow.
I asked Henry to ask him about one thing, but he had an opportunity to ask about multiple of things. And I did that out of generosity. And
well, if you did it out of generosity, why would you bring it up?
I mean, so I just want to bring this up because you mentioned the PPP. Just adding to that, he, meaning Austin, had no employees. He was not entitled to the government money. Basically, they're saying that Austin knew he had no employees, but yet he still applied for the PPP loan. So he knew.
Travis, man, I can't win, dog. I cannot win, man. I can't win for losing, dog. This is life. Welcome to being a black man. The other man trying to put down the black man. You see what I'm talking about, Travis? That's why we gotta stick together, man. Got this other man over here putting me down, man. Shit, man.
He was doing.
Okay, and people, I don't know why we already discussed this. I already expressed my opinion. I'm willing to discuss this over and over again. It's just kind of like
Well, I think that's why they bring it up because they're like, how,
okay,
how
Co. I'm black when it benefits me. They start giving out reparations. I'm black. Generosity doesn't mean keeping scores, man. Thank you, Co, man. Co has been very generous to this channel. So have a bunch of other people. I hope Co don't be like, hey, remember when I super chatted that shit, motherfucker? I hope Co don't do me like that. I don't think he will. I appreciate the generosity.
These opinions have already been discussed numerous times.
I think we only got like 20 minutes left of this subject. I mean, the parts I skipped over were him talking about he don't want people getting canceled, which he 100% wants Davey Yost canceled. We skipped over the stolen valor or stolen valor adjacent that Austin St. John does, where he leads people to think I was in the Middle East when I was in the Middle East.
And I'll keep talking about it if it keeps being brought up. Yeah, I mean, I've repeated, and if people don't like it, they've already paid to ban me from Henry's channel. Why are they on here still? I just don't understand it. But
I have my personal question. This is a personal question that was coming from me because, like you mentioned about the whole Henry, having you on and making money. I'm also, obviously getting super chats and stuff. So clearly having you on,
I should be like a reality. I saw who was super chatting. Give me my cut.
But I mean, most of the people
now, guys. Make no mistake, there are content creators out there like that. I would never do that. I feel like, even if it's people who support me, it's enough support to go around. All right. And I'm happy to see the people who support me support the people I endorse. That's a community. Even though some people say it's not a community, it's 100% a community. You would notice that some of the people, when they go live, you see people who are in my live streams in their live streams. So, I hope the support continues, because that's how a community is supposed to work. There is, I forget the tides. It's a tide saying.
People here usually donate no matter what I cover. But do you feel like because you're on my channel and I'm getting super chats having you on, do you feel like I should give you a cut?
No, there's a difference. And I think you know this. There is a difference between me coming on this channel and
it's a high tide raises all ships, That's the goal. Hopefully I'll be like the high tide. Yeah, like when Rudy go live, you be seeing people from the army up in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I was up in there for a little bit.
And as a guest, there is a difference, and the nuances is it's gonna take maybe a few minutes to explain this. But I think and everybody knows there's a difference between someone coming on a channel and getting super chats versus the threat of my actual parents being used to raise money. There is a difference. And
you mean presence, right? Because I think I heard you say parents. I was like presence.
Presence.
Okay.
My actual presence of appearing on camera and speaking is being used to raise money, versus me appearing as a guest and you getting the super chats, because the super chats is for your channel and I'm appearing as a guest on your channel.
So
versus my actual appearance being used to raise money. There is a difference. And
hey, go for it, reality. Ha ha, Henry. My channel about to be a refuge for all your haters, anti-resilient army in effect. Hey, go for it. I mean, I'll give a little speech about reality at the end about how it's supposed to work.
The nuances, I think Ray, there is a difference. There is a difference between.
So, I was gonna say, so if there's a difference, so say somebody decided to pay me the same amount of money that they paid Henry to keep you off my channel, would you still feel that same way that I would need to give you a cut?
This where I was like, reality tripping. I would have Answer would have offered me blah blah blah. I would be like, all right, see you, Brent. Peace, man. Thanks for coming up. I would have done that shit. But
I'm not saying
maybe she thinking long term, because I'm telling you, Brent that's just gonna be his new home.
But I'm just asking a hypothetical. I'm not going to do it, guys. Don't do that. I'm not asking. I don't want to do that. I'm asking.
And like the crazy part is it puts tremendous pressure on the content creator when someone says, hey, here's X amount of dollars to get this person off stream. And you got to be like, shit, I could really use that money. And you could be like, no, I'm not going to do that, man. I'm not going to do that. Or you could be like me, like, oh, hell yeah, run it. I just paid my lawyer $1,000 yesterday. Hell yeah, run it.
Hypothetical, because I'm just trying to understand the mindset of Brent right now by bringing up.
Okay, so let me tell you how this happened. So when this was first approached, they said money's being paid to ban you, and then people can pay money to bring you back. So Brent, please come back because someone paid money to bring you back.
So yo, it's a game, and then eventually was a cutoff point.
Like I'm some sort of clown for entertainment. I pushed back. Look, Ray, I'm just telling you what happened. So you paid money to ban me, and then
oh man.
Except I wasn't going to be a clown for nobody, Renee. And they trying to paint it like I'm some grifter taking the money from Henry Cord, because all the people that donated to the movie so far were people in Henry Cord. So Henry felt like he had to shoot that out the sky.
Bang, bang. Oh man, these guys are two peas in a pod.
And people could pay money to bring me back. So I was being asked to come back, like I'm some sort of clown, like I'm on being paid by the circus. Except I'm not getting any cut for it. Like the issue is about respect, and if it was handled a different way, perhaps I wouldn't ask for a cut. But basically, I'm being like a puppet, and people called this out because I knew this comparison would come out. Oh, if you super chat and you appear, don't you deserve some of the money? No, they're not the same thing. I come as a guest, and it's a respectful interaction. It's a respectful communication. Whereas what Henry did, it was like, oh, you're paying, we raise this money. And Henry even admitted, like, yeah, we're using your presence to raise money. And it's kind of like, and then if someone pays money to above the threshold, then come back. Like I'm like a puppet, like a circus creature. And that is why I feel I deserve a cut. Oh no! So I hope that answers your question.
Gotcha. This stream you got Henry to give me money.
Oh yeah, I was super chatting. But we kind of like talked on it about it. Shout out to Andrew Swain. He said, getting off chat, long day today. Have a fantastic week, Henry. Resilient Army. Hey, man. Hey, don't go anywhere. Give me 1 second. Hey.
Stay resilient. Stay resilient, bitch.
All right, man. Be out. Be peace, Andrew Sweeney. Get some rest.
That's insane. You got Henry to give me money. Henry says, Austin St. John received a fraudulent.
Dude, I super chat other content creators. But this is where like logic. This is where I was like, I just couldn't take it no more. But it still fell on deaf ears.
The government loan for his business and wired it to a friend to invest it in foreign markets for personal gain. He broke the law. And then another one, Austin St. John broke the law, and you support a criminal.
I didn't notice, but you got to remember, Austin. He wants the attention. This is a lot of attention he's getting.
Because you can't realize that is why you are banned. And then Henry here says, I offered the money back because you feel that trip puts me in debt to you, as you should be held in a more favorable light and get special perks. And then Drew says Henry,
which he 100% does. That's the thing. That's why I was like, dude, if this is about the less than $400 you spent on Ranger Stop, I could just give you that money back, and then you can kiss my ass with this. Well, I thought because I did the Ranger Stop that he would handle it differently. Like, no, dog. Like, people don't like you. What do you want me to do? They paid to keep you off.
only saying that he'll pay it because you keep hanging it over his head. Every time you mention he kicked me out of the group, I paid for his ticket. That's why Henry's saying it there.
Wait. Let me push back on this. So I've said on your stream before, I'm not asking for special benefits. Even if I didn't pay for his trip,
if you say, hey, I paid for your trip, I was expecting deference or respect, you're using the trip to justify you asking for respect. Because if you wasn't, you would just say, I was just looking for some respect. You wouldn't have brought up the trip. But when you bring up the trip, you're shoehorning the trip as a reason to get special treatment, as a reason to get a second review of banning him or not.
I would still feel disrespectful what he's doing. But me paying for the trip, there should be even more consideration.
See?
Not to do something.
More consideration. He's using the trip. If he didn't pay for the trip, it's just consideration. But because he paid for the trip, it's more consideration. Just, sometimes you just gotta listen.
That's already disrespectful. Let me make that very clear. Like, even if I didn't pay for that trip, he still shouldn't do that because it's disrespectful regardless. But the fact that I even went out of my way to do that for him, he should pay even more attention and not do something that
I definitely dislike the fact that he made it seem like it was for me when it was the opportunity he presented to me. It wasn't like, hey guys, I really want to go to Ranger Stop. I've never been to a convention. Do you think anyone could spot me to go? It was never that. It was like, hey, do you want to go? And remember, initially I said no. I was like, oh, thanks, man, but I got my daughter. I'm not going. And he sweetened the pot for my daughter. And I was like, and eventually I agreed, but I didn't take my daughter. I was like, let me just be in and out. I know, trust me, my daughter is not going to go for me going someplace and her going somewhere else. She ain't that type of daughter. She ain't going to be like, oh, well, yeah, daddy, go have fun. I'll be here. I'll be here when you get back. She ain't going for that shit.
Already. I hope that answers the question. Like, make no mistake, even if I didn't pay for that trip, I feel that what he's still doing is disrespectful regardless. He shouldn't do that. And even if someone never pays for anything, they shouldn't do that. But I bring up that trip because that he should be even more cognizant. It's like with the David Yo situation.
Look, see how he brings up the David Yo? Like, every drama he's in, he's going to shoehorn it into the conversation. So you got David Yost, me getting banned, JDF having cocaine in the system, Karen Ashley, Ranger Stop. These four things, his claim to fame will always be brought up. Will always be like, hey, it's going to be shoehorned into the conversation. The Zach Taylor McGinnis post. These things will always get shoehorned in.
Even if someone only bought one autograph or didn't pay for anything, they shouldn't do that at all. But the fact that I bought what I did, they probably should have paid even more attention to not do something that they already shouldn't be doing.
He doesn't agree with the ban because it impacts him. I think Ko actually said that in this. Like, if it was someone else, would he care?
So
he didn't care that Rican didn't get banned, but he agreed with the ban, the ban for Rican because of what he said.
You saying that because you paid for the trip that you kind of feel like maybe he should have been more considerate with this whole situation, like he shouldn't have taken the money.
Regardless of whether I paid for it or not, what I'm saying is that
he knows it's cringe to say because I paid for the trip, I should get more deference. That's cringe as shit.
Even if I didn't pay for the trip, he still shouldn't do that. Me doing that does not shouldn't give me special favors. But I would think that me doing that, me going that extra mile, he would think twice for doing something that I already feel is wrong. I hope that brings some clarification.
Gotcha. He says sacrifices were both ends, time away from my daughter, content, etc. for going on the trip. I'm guessing that he's referring to.
Okay, but he made that choice, and I didn't force him to do that.
Nor did I force him to pay for the trip. Keep that in mind.
The sacrifices were made on both sides, but the fact remains that he accepted the offer, and this idea of sacrifices made on both sides. I mean, I just I really don't want to respond to that right now, because it's kind of like, are you serious right now? What I'm trying to say is that even if I don't contribute anything, if I didn't contribute anything to the channel, he still shouldn't do it. But I mentioned the trip because it only magnifies the fact that he shouldn't have done it. But make no mistake, even if I didn't pay for anything, he still shouldn't do that to anybody. I hope that clarifies. I never said that I deserve special.
He said I shouldn't do it to anybody because he falls into the anybody category.
Perks.
If he was a known line skipper, it would be different, right? Now remember, when Brent hit the link, he's normally the very last person to come up.
Because there are people on this channel that don't pay anything, which is absolutely fine, and they're still allowed to come up and speak.
See? Because there's no price you don't have to pay to come speak. Now, if you super chat, guess what? You are considered a line skipper. Line skippers to the front of the line. And there are times, right, where people may not donate as much as they do or have. And guess what? They still line skippers. The line skipper status stays. But Brent's not a line skipper.
And what I'm saying is that that trip, whether it was paid for or not, it only serves as reinforcement. It's not like I'm saying that should be special. I should get special privileges. I'm just saying that it's this, what he did was disrespectful, and me paying for the trip only reinforces that. But it doesn't, make no mistake, I'm not asking for special privileges.
But you are.
So,
Aerostream,
you literally just did. I should get more consideration. More consideration is a special privilege, more than the average person.
Here says you seen as a clown because you can't realize Austin St. John is a criminal, and then also saying putting people on mute or temp ban with money is a norm on streaming. Gamer streamers do it for fun, interacting with the viewers. The fact you take that as a disrespect or offending is soft behavior.
Okay, fine. Then it's soft. That's fine. If that's normal, if that's normal, then I will take issue with it as well. And if you want to call me soft, that's fine. Because I really I feel that maybe in this quote unquote streaming verse, disrespectful behavior like that is tolerated. And
it's encouraged. It's encouraged. It's encouraged. But if this is the only if I'm the only live streamer you've ever seen, you need to increase your palette. You need to try some other live streams. See how other people do it.
If that's the norm, if you say, "Oh, I'm going to ban someone, and then I'm going to, if you pay money, you can bring him back," like I'm some sort of like a clown in a circus.
If I'm just entertainment, why is he taking it so personal? There's an entertainment value to this. So are we friends? Are we not? Is this just entertainment? Well, if it's just entertainment, why are you so bent out of shape about it? Why you feel disrespected?
Like a servant or whatever. If that behavior is normal, then I would take issue. If you want to call that something, I don't care. And yet these people, the same people who want me banned, they take such issue where they're paying you money to speak their opinion. I just find this confusing. But yeah, it's just kind of like, if that behavior is normal, then I take issue with it as well. If it's soft behavior, fine. It's quote unquote soft behavior. I would take issue with it if I went on any other channel, because there should be some level of respect when these things are done. And I feel that the way Henry handled it was not right. But that's okay. If it's soft, fine. I don't care.
This is where he getting flustered. This is where, like, if someone was to come on, he would break.
I still take issue with it. You can call it whatever you want.
Gotcha. Cole here says, I'm curious, would Brent be this hung up over his nonsensical saga if anyone but him was paid to get banned from coming up on Henry's channel? Just some food for thought. That's actually a good count. That's a good question. So if it wasn't you and it was like Rican or Answer or anyone else that was in the same situation, if it wasn't you, would you have the same thought process about Henry?
Yes.
Would that?
Yes, because Rican is a little. I think,
like, who said this? Brent loved Henry. He literally loved him. He hurts. He might. Look, I've spoken to Brent for over 1,000 hours over about various different topics, on stream, off stream, and like, he should have just hit me up. He should have responded to the email. He should have answered the phone call. Then he would have got better clarity, but he chose not to because I guess he felt disrespected.
Rican is a bad example because
yeah, that's fair. I did give a bad example.
That's a very bad example because I would not take issue with Rican.
Skip this line from TJ Lawrence, man. Appreciate you, man. TJ out here, man.
If y'all do the smallest thing, TJ's gonna eliminate you.
Being banned because his behavior is inappropriate. I'm sorry. He would be immediately banned if I ran a channel, and not because of his delusional, I'm gonna say Power Rangers BS. That's not why he would be banned. But going on channel saying I would take pictures of people, like that's just no. And the way he treated Renee, oh my god. So that's a bad example. But if it was somebody like if they had a different opinion, I don't know. If it was anybody else, I would absolutely take issue with it because the situation has never come up. But yes, I would speak out against it and say.
Sorry, that comment had me dead. Brent just discovered Henry is for the streets.
Look, man.
In these streets. Crazy. That's a shot at Henry, not you. That's a shot at Henry. Henry is for the streets.
I've never
That's
been
crazy. Arrow says Henry emailed you after the ban. That's respect of
there
care.
There you go, right there.
I mean, I don't know what was the nature of those.
I showed the email, man. It was not like what Brent is making it. I was like, hey, man, hope everything fine or something. Like, it wasn't like some crazy thing, man. Like, it wasn't like as Brent's making it out to be.
Emails, and he said he's not disclosing it, so I have no idea.
And I won't disclose it either. But the thing is,
look how he tries to play it up. Like, oh my god, he sent me like some big letter, big email. And he was just disingenuous.
It came across as insincere. And he does no apology, which is, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not emailing Henry, please let me back. No. And I only came on this channel because I was asked to. And I appreciate you being cordial in how you run the stream. It's kind of like, but to answer your previous question about, I would absolutely take issue, especially the way it was, you're banned, someone paid this amount to ban you, but if someone pays more money, please come back. No. We're not. We come here to speak our opinions. We're not here to be treated like circus animals. It's just ridiculous to me. But if that's what Henry wants to do, so yes, I would take issue with what he's doing. Now, certain people be banned, like Rican, I would not take issue with. But if it was another person, I would absolutely take issue with it.
Rican got banned for free.
It's not appropriate.
Rican got banned for free. Rican, nobody had to pay to have that ban. So I was gonna say though, like I get what.
Thank you, Rudy. Appreciate you.
Money.
Shout out to TJ. Why y'all be? I don't know what happened to Meat Hooks, man. All I know, I guess he got banned from Discord. But I did speak to him today, man. Hopefully you watching, man. Salute to Meat Hooks, man. Always funny in the chat. But, I guess something happened in Discord.
You're saying,
or no, he went on another channel talking about the Discord, if I recall correctly. Isn't the coverage of wait. It isn't the coverage of ASJ. It isn't bringing the hammer down on JDF. It isn't the disrespect or the apology. It isn't the ban fun. It's the fact that Brent's online presence have been severely crippled. Whew. Damn. Ugh. What if that's true, right? What if that's true? Because he's going to these conventions and people may remember him, but like, in all honesty, guys, I've been so like ill prepared for streams. Some nights, especially if I'm streaming on a work night, I don't even be having time to like interact with y'all like I like. So there's that, But yeah, maybe he hurting. Shout out to Jerusalem, who says, as an adult, respect isn't given. You gotta earn it. God damn, Jerusalem. Like, I wonder if she coming up.
Let him cook.
Jerusalem, she be like the sniper. She be like in and out, like in and out. Boom, boom.
I think it would be a way more disrespectful, in my personal opinion, if he banned you because of the payment and didn't say anything to me. I do feel like I get in the moment you're kind of looking at this like, what the fuck, and I 100% get you, but I feel like the fact that he did reach out to you to kind of like let you know, like, hey, and you also said like you understand it's just business, right?
I'm pretty sure I left this fool a message too, like, yo, I hit you up, man. Hope everything is well or something. I'm sure he got that shit recorded. It was nothing like, oh my God, man, I can't believe they banned you, man. Oh my God, man, they was tripping, man. Chat was on one that day, man. We really wish you would come back around here, man. But it is what it is. And I'm pretty sure people were like, hey, just reach out to him, see if he'll talk. You know, shout out to Donald Nevitt. Thank you for the donation. I see you in the back, Donald. I got you, bro. Appreciate you though.
Henry, thank you so much.
When the whole asking him to come back thing was going on, it was live and everyone was having fun, just vibing. I always try to create this like good, chill environment for you guys. You know, some people watch this stream to forget about their day and shit, man. But yeah, it was it wasn't malicious or anything like that. But you know, if he took it as disrespect, who are we to say otherwise?
It's not personal for Henry.
Well, but the thing is, I need to hear that from him. And the thing is,
I've said it. I'm like, dog, it's money, but he don't believe it. So like, what do you do? Like, he also believe Austin St. John is innocent. So it is what it is, man.
but when he on that quote unquote crash out or whatever, he was like, I asked multiple times, is he the one banning me? And then he went around circles, and that shows to me.
I didn't go. I said they banned. Man, I hate when people just be lying. I wish they didn't delete the live streams. Then we could just easily reference the live chat, and then you could be like, "Oh, here it go right here." But that defense is going for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow. Okay, that's fine.
It's like a yes and no though. Like, did he hit the ban button, or did he ban you and say like, "Hey, I'm not going to let you on"? Yes, I would say he did make that call, but it was also more so like the call was made because the viewers asked, the viewers paid, and he's basically honoring his viewers and saying.
But he doesn't have to, like,
no,
right?
He doesn't have to, but like,
yeah. Here's the thing, right? I don't have to, but why? If people are paying me for a service, and I offer the service, if I don't pay them, I'm scamming them. If I don't deliver on the service, scam. I'm a scammer. And that's what Brent wants me to do. He wants me to eliminate all of my relationship trust equity that I've built with all the people who've donated to keep him off the stream to bring him back.
Nope.
Hell no. Hell no.
as a content creator, right? Like I do content, right? Obviously, I don't cater to everybody. Like, I'm not swayed. No offense. I'm not saying Henry's swayed by money, but like, you know, I'm still going to do what I want to do. Money be damned, right? Just because that's who I am. And I'm in a situation where like, I could definitely be like, yeah, no, I'll 100% ban him if y'all pay my bills, right? But like, that's just not me. And again, I'm not judging Henry for it, but like a lot of content creators, you know, they do want to like do stuff for the audience. Like sometimes if the audience, you know, is like, hey, you know, cover this topic, I'll be like, sure. If that's what you want to hear, sure. Hey, you know, we want to support you. Here's a few bucks if you do this. Sure. You know, but it's not out of the norm for content creators to, you know, do what the audience wants, because if it wasn't for the community, if it wasn't for these people in the chat, we wouldn't really have anything. People wouldn't be watching us. So there's certain levels of like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't think it was more like Henry was like, you know, I didn't want to ban you. I didn't want to make decisions.
But he's the owner of the channel. Right. Come on. He's the owner of the channel. He has a decision to make. Is he like, I understand what you're saying. You have to cater to the audience, but when like the way he approached it, and it's just kind of like he needs to have, I could be bought. That's basically what he said. I could be bought. And it's economics, man. I mean, it's kind of like, and then when I asked, are you the one banning me? And he wouldn't answer the question. And it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like, it's disrespectful, but you know, there's other entertainment. He's not the only one. I mean,
no, I get it. It's just, I feel like part of me, like looking at the situation is like, if Henry didn't care, he would not email you. I know if Henry didn't actually, you know,
but no apology. Look, he said in the comment, there's no apologies, and that's you know what, that's his right. But that speaks volume, because the email he sent to me, I won't disclose what he sent, but it's kind of like, you're not going to apologize, then that email that you sent is not sincere. And the only reason I'm speaking about it is because it's the topic of the channel. But I didn't respond because it's kind of like, you're not sincere, you don't care. Then I just return the favor and then don't.
Did you see the insincere email? Like, this is where you be like, yo, what did the email say? Hey, I called you once live, once after the stream ended. Hope all is well with you. You don't hope all is well with me, Henry. If you do, you would have had me on stream. That's like my daughter logic. That is my daughter's logic through and through. If you hoped all was well with me, you do what I say. I'm not your friend anymore. That's what my daughters say.
Don't respond and not worry about that channel. You know, that's his right. You know, that's his right to. He's the owner of that channel, and I have a right to respond a certain way. So, you know, it's just unfortunate.
He said disclose it. I don't give a fuck. Meaning the conversation. I was like, look at Brent.
All right, that was the Brent crash. That was like half. I don't think we're gonna do a part 2 unless at the 2-hour mark there was something better to react or respond to. But there you go, the Brent Pham ultimate crash out of all crashes was there. Hopefully, I mean, it gets repetitive. We didn't talk about the quasi stolen valor that Austin St. John does when he says, "Hey, I've been in the Middle East." Things like that. How he didn't want to cancel Power Rangers, but he wants people to make that decision when he ultimately wants people canceled. And I did say I would give you an update on the ASJ DUI. I actually did a video on it. It's on my channel where it says how Austin St. John beat a DUI. I mean, not Austin St. Walter beat a DUI. They said it was some driving while black stuff. Walter update. This was like some convention. Where does it go? Water. For those that don't know, the test consists of testing your balance, awareness, and even breathalyzer, which checks how much alcohol is in your system. Walter passed all of those tests with flying colors, and yet still was handcuffed. He was not explained anything outside of that he was being arrested for DUI. Needless to say, it was bogus. We will not state our personal opinions on this cop's motive for the arrest because they spun it as a driving while black. However, I would say that it's completely wrong. An arresting officer is being looked at carefully for the incident. Nothing's gonna happen, dog. It was in like Huntsville, Alabama, dog. It was Huntsville, Alabama, boy. What they do? They caught a ninja on the road after the sun went down, 4:00 in the morning, and the charges, I believe, were dropped. He was never charged. I mean, never convicted. So there you have it. There's a video on my channel. Maybe we could link it, but Brent crash out. I still confirm that. I still say my opinion that, yeah, Walter took some of that $1,500 that Jason was paying to Zach Taylor McGinnis to stop talking shit. Love it, leave it, like it. Let me know in the comments section. See you next video. Peace.